Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Vodcast. Let's turn off the music. Good evening. Hello Pixie, how's it going? Hello Triz. Oh no, I've not changed the thing. 2 seconds. Silly thing, I thought it updated. 2 seconds, let's change that. It's supposed to have changed. Where is it? There. Quickly, change. Thank you for pointing that out. It was supposed to have changed. It just never updated. There we go. That's better. Now, there we go. Yeah, now it works. We're working now. Totally working. There was nothing to see here. We totally did not have Fidget as the guest this week. It's totally Trizzcat. No, Trizzcat. Totally. I'm not making any mistakes, technical issues, or anything. We don't do these sort of things. We never do these sort of things. It's not at all what happens on these streams. Never. Trizzcat. Hello, Bad Direction. How you doing, mate? No baby shark in this stream. And it's Trizzcat saying, unbelievable. Exactly. Elizabeth is here. How we doing? Oh man. Starting off as we don't mean to go on at all. Everything will be just going up from here. Hello, QCat. Hello. I hope you're well. I hope you are well. Oh, let us jump into this, guys. Because it's time. We have our wonderful guest for the show tonight. We just, we can't just have her hiding behind a cover. We cannot. It's one of these people that we have to just get right out, because we all know her, we all love her. She is the queen of the tiny cabins. She is a musical legend. She reads the books. She is another Barbie. She can unmute her mic. She is.
I don't want to.
You don't. No. The wonderful Trizzcat.
Hola.
How are we doing, Triz? How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. I am plied with tea.
Yay. It's got all the tea.
She changed her mind, yeah. Yeah, I called Fidget and he says he wants his podcast back.
Damn it. I make one mistake. No, at least remember I got your name put it down the bottom this time. Last week I forgot to put Fidget's name in the bottom to start with. But luckily we caught it before we started. But I have to say,
unbelievable.
Loving the mug, loving the hype mug.
Boy, thanks. It's all about the tea hype. You got to go with the tea hype.
Tea hype. Oh, exactly.
Yep. And on the other side, you got the catacorn. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with that, really.
Definitely cannot go wrong with the catacorn. Cannot go wrong with the catacorn. Oh.
Just a bit of Brandon there.
Totally. You're just the Brandon perfect here. Brandon perfect.
Just look at this accident that happened. Oh.
Yeah. And here I am with a sippy cup. You know,
What have you got?
I've got myself some orange and mango.
Oh, nice.
It's my go-to. Totally my
Mango's good.
go-to. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Nice.
So we've got all the fun people in chat. Michi's here, Purge Light's here, Elizabeth's here, QCat's here. All the fun people are here. All the great
All the
peeps.
peoples.
Yep. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
So
It's good to see everybody.
So for people that do not know you, Triz, tell us about yourself. What do you do here on Twitch? Or sorry, I was say, what don't you do here on Twitch?
I do many a thing. Some good quality, some bad quality. It's up to you to decide. But I have such a range of things, so you can choose. Predominantly, it's a mixture of miniature making and Tomb Raider gaming. But my main sort of, I don't know, topic, I suppose, is disguising a just chatting stream as a miniature making stream. That's basically what it is. So I make tiny doll houses ranging from 1/12 scale to 1/44 scale, which is tiny. It's like this big. It's teeny weeny. And I also do make-alongs for people as well. So they are accessible. I try to make those as accessible as possible for everybody. This is your life, llama. This is your life. Yeah.
Yep,
What have I done with it? No, I'm kidding. So yeah, miniatures. Do a bit of reading for people on a Sunday as well, and occasionally I do music, which I probably should do more of because that's actually my job. But it felt weird to actually do a job on Twitch. I don't know. Is it weird? I don't know.
It's not weird at all.
It felt like it. I don't know. I'm trying to incorporate it more, but it's difficult because it's a bit like I feel like I don't know. Normally it's very, very corporate how I do my music, and then going on Twitch is like anti-corporate music. It's weird. It's like, oh, wait, I don't have to be here by a certain time. What is this? No one's getting drunk and trying to be inappropriate to me.
It's so much better.
It is quite nice. The only thing that's weird is that there's no audible sort of cheering and things like that. So it's like you finish a song and then you're like,
so you set up alerts. You set up alerts that allow that to happen. That's what you need.
You can ban them easier on Twitch than IRL. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's very much the thing. Yeah.
Yes, I'm wearing penguin pants.
Yeah. Those you've always got the most amazing outfits. You tend to just kind of you're very fashion forward, shall we say?
I'm not sure about that. I am repping the TLC tonight though. So
yes,
I am. I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can see. I'm repping the TLC. This is the jummy that Llama made. Oh, he designed it. So yeah, I got my TLC Llama jummy on.
Yeah, maybe we can actually show that. There we go. Haha.
Yeah.
There it is. It's a Llama original TLC awesome. Jumper.
Yep. This was actually amazing.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Yep. It's got my name on it.
No, I still need to get mine sorted to get put onto a apron. Yeah, I still need that. I still need a TLC apron.
Yeah.
Because
got to.
Can't not.
Because like the TLC have jumpers.
So some of us do. Yep. Yeah. That was back at the
edition.
that was back at the very early. It was just after. Was that the beginning?
When did I get that? That must have been literally it must have been about a year ago.
Yeah.
I think now because yeah,
it was
actually
pre-COVID.
because I remember I just moved and I was absolutely skint and I was gutted because I was trying to work out how I was going to afford it, and then someone gave me I somehow won an Amazon gift card for the exact price for the jumper.
Yeah.
It was like I was like, ta-da!
Yeah, the fates aligned. It was just perfect.
It did. It was ultimate manifestation stations. I was like, yes, get in. It was awesome.
And the TLC jumper arrived. It's now a prized possession.
It is. I love this, Jummy.
We've got a raid. We've got a chicken attack from 9.5. Woot woot. Welcome in,
everyone.
Let's give you a shout out. Oh, Michi's on it. Michi's on it. Thank you, Michi. I'm just double shouting out now.
All the shout outs.
Yep, all the shout outs. Thank you for that raid, everyone. Thank you. Welcome in. We are talking to the wonderful Trizzcat all about how amazing she is. And we're talking all about her. We're talking all about her jumper, actually. We're talking all about her jumper. That's what we're talking about. Because, that's the kind of channel we are now. We're talking about fashion.
There you go. I thought you'd never thought it'd come to this.
Yeah, we're a fashion channel now, guys. We're a fashion channel.
If you're into, retro wave and 80s, living in the 80s, then you're in the right place.
Exactly. With a fantastic TLC jumper. As designed by the wonderful Diorama Llama.
Indeed.
No problem, 9.5. Thank you very much for that wonderful raid and welcome in, everybody. So, how did you get into Twitch? It's probably the first sort of thing that we need to get into. How long have you been on Twitch? Because, you've...
I was watching Twitch without a user login for a while. Because, it's really convoluted. It didn't begin with maker crafting at all. Yep. It actually started with the other love of my life, which is Tomb Raider. Mm-hmm. Which, I'm sorry, just Tomb Raider is it's up there for me. But I used to watch a streamer. He's not on Twitch anymore. And he used to do walkthroughs and Tomb Raider streams as well as posting them on YouTube. Initially I was watching them on YouTube, and then I was like, I need to see more. I can't cope. I was really addicted. So I started watching on Twitch, but I didn't want to get involved in any of the Twitch chat or anything because I'm quite nervous of being in chats and things, and it was a bit like, oh, I'll just watch from afar. So I probably watched Twitch, crikey, I don't know, from about 2015, off of Twitch, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And
then I don't think I actually created an account to log in until 2018 or something like that. By this point, I was making Dollhouse stuff anyway, and I already was a musician anyway. And loads of my friends kept saying to me, "Oh, you should stream that. You should stream that. Oh, do you know what would be really good if you streamed that?" And I was like, "Nah. And then eventually I just gave in, I suppose, to peer pressure. And none of them are bleeding turned up, I tell you. They've all been going, "No, you should stream it." They don't show up. You're like, "Yeah, great. Well, now I'm doing it. Where are you?" But that's fine.
What was that?
He bullied me into it, and they're not even here. Isn't that the way? So initially, what I wanted to do was stream Tomb Raider, but I didn't have the setup enabled to do that. And then I got a bit shy of doing it, so I thought I'd do something nice and relaxing and kind of chill, so I could do it during the day, and that happened to be my miniatures. So I just thought, oh, that'd be nice, and then I can put them on YouTube. Oh, that'd be nice, yeah, and then I could teach people how to do it. That never happened. So I'm trying to make that happen now, because I sort of realized what I had an idea to do. So yeah.
So so the beginning of 2018 was kind of.
That's when I first made my actual account, but I didn't start streaming straight away. I hung out in streams for about a year before I even contemplated creating my own stream, just because I was like, I mean, people in a business sense would call it networking, but what I was actually doing was going and doing research on how other people do their streams, what makes a stream successful to other people, what makes a good community, what kind of thing do I want out of it, why, and also because I wanted to stream Tomb Raider, I was watching those streams and I was making friends within that community, which so yeah, I have a huge sort of network of people on that side of things. And then I've branched into the makers and crafting, and that I'd never watched anybody do any of those things before. So I was like, ooh.
Was that an eye-opening moment, was it?
Yeah, I thought, oh, maybe I could do things under art, but then I saw they had a makers and crafting section, which I had no idea about, and I thought, oh, that would be perfect. That would be perfect for what I wanted to do. So yeah, I decided to do that and then combine it later on with the Tomb Raider stuff. And then it's just got out of control now, and now I don't know what I'm doing.
You're full on variety. Am I right? Would you say that?
Yeah, I would say so. I try to keep it as reined in as I can, so it's not completely sporadic. So I try and keep the core bits, if that makes sense. I try and keep the core like it will be a craft or art stream, and then there will be a game stream, and it will likely be a Tomb Raider. But then once every couple of months or something, I'll do like a big collaborative thing with everybody, and stick them all in the Sims house and try and not get them killed.
Emphasis on try.
Yeah, they do it to themselves. I have no control over any of their Sims, and they just set themselves on fire and all sorts, and I just leave them to it.
Exactly. Oh, yep. Brilliant. And the name Trizzcat, how did that come about?
Well, back in the day, like yonks ago, when I was at uni, so we're talking like 2005, really randomly. So there's a song by Jay-Z and there was a time like sort of around the early 2000s, but everybody would put izzle and things like that at the end of every word, like hizzle, phonizzle, or all of that thing. And as a joke at uni, we gave each other nicknames that were based on this. So, for example, one of my friends who actually streams on Twitch now, his name's Sam, and I called him Sizzle, and everybody called him Sizzle for, I don't know, 5 years or however long we were there for. And originally in my band, which was controversially renamed Catch Me I'm Naked, they were originally called the Vintones, not to be confused with Vimto, the drink. The Vintones they were called. And we gave each other these kind of silly names as well. And I was K Trizzle, because basically it's like a play on my surname. And it kind of just got shortened. And then the cat part was actually because I had like the most annoying cat ever. So when I first started streaming, those who might have been there and remember, I used to have a cat called Breeze, and she used to literally interrupt my streams constantly by meowing as loud as possible to go out and then come back in and go out and in for about 20 minutes each stream.
We remember that.
She was just so she inspired all my emotes and stuff. So I can't be too angry at her. And she was a huge part of my streams when I first started.
Oh yeah, all the cat emotes, including the infamous bikini cat.
Yep, Bikini Cat.
Yeah.
She got herself banned, didn't she?
Yeah, that she did. That was how that was.
And my mum, my mum just walking in and out. Oh. Yep.
Yep.
My mum just used to walk sort of behind me while I was in the middle of
Right.
streaming and just start talking to me about something very mundane. I think Keeny Cat might actually be oh, hello. You've got a sub.
Thank you for the sub, Mum Sucks. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Let's drop some nuts.
Oh, look at those.
Yep. Thank you, Mum Sucks.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Keeny Cat might have been the first sub emote in Makes and Crafting that got banned, to be honest.
Quite possibly.
And you think it's a wholesome stream, but got an emote ban. The first one as well, like Bish Bash Bosh. We don't muck around.
It was so wholesome. You're such a wholesome streamer, and managing to get yourself an emote banned.
Do you know who inspired me to make the Keeny Cat?
Who was it?
It was actually Maggie Mags.
Was it?
It was Maggie Mags.
So it's all Maggie Mags' fault. It's blame Maggie Mags.
She's not here to defend herself. Yeah. Right. So she sent me a picture of a cat wearing a crocheted bikini, and I was like, that is going to be an emote. And you know what she's like? She was like, do it. And I was like, yeah, I will. And then it got banned. It was going too far. Doris was unhappy about the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That does sound something that Maggie Mags would definitely be telling you to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Encouraging bad behaviour.
Yeah. For anyone that's wondering, Maggie Mags was an amazing community member who was in all of our streams. She's absolutely brilliant. Who pretty much got us to do so many stupid things. Because she was like that.
Yep.
But so supportive. Mega supportive. But also totally convinced us to do stupid things.
Bad influence.
Totally. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, Miss Mags.
Totally.
But yeah, so I made it because I was very, very much defiant. I decided to make Keeny Cat into a sub-only GIF. got us banned and left. Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, Max. Where is she now? She's just giggling somewhere. Yeah, so I made it into a GIF on my channel. So it's a sub-exclusive GIF. You can see the Keeny cat, the elusive banned cat, which was apparently, I don't know. Apparently
too
it was
hot.
banned because of banned because of nudity. I was like, but she's wearing clothes. She's wearing clothes. If anything, she's like, what? If she wasn't wearing a bikini, then she would be nude. Twitch, please.
Yeah, Twitch and its rules. Twitch and its rules. Can't, you know,
Yeah.
can never win. Can never
Never
win with Twitch
mind.
and its rules.
No. I am going to put it on a cup though one day.
Yep. They can't ban you for that.
Exactly.
Yep. Totally.
Do it.
Do it. Yep. Totally. So you're a musician. You're a Tomb Raider fanatic. And you're an amazing crafter. And how long have you been kind of crafting for? It's because it's been before Twitch. So what got you into doing like all the scale modeling and all that side of things?
Purge, thank you. Purge, please. Well, art. I've always done loads of arts anyway, arts and crafts anyway. And that most of my schooling was arts, more traditional art rather than digital art, which I've only just started getting into. And my mum is an artist as well. She's a chef now, but she used to do murals and stuff. And so like from then I was always just encouraged to draw and paint and do whatever and make things. And we used to when you're a family of small means, you have to make things rather than buy stuff anyway. So we were quite used to, as a family, sitting down and making things that we needed to out of what we had. So we're quite used to doing that. And then I was made a dollhouse when I was 4 by my uncle. And I got it out of the loft one year. I don't know why. It was around 2012 probably. And I just decided to get it out of the loft. I thought, yeah, I want to have a look at it and see what I can do with it. And the whole thing, I remember my mum, when I got it for my birthday when I was 4, my mum actually decorated it for me, and she did all the pictures and she made little picture frames and everything. And my granddad made loads of furniture, and he was showing me how to make the furniture in his workshop around the same age. And I still have some of that furniture as well. And I've actually rescued some of his dollhouse stuff from the loft when he passed away. So I have loads. Basically, my house is like a freaking hoard of like wood, basically. Wood
Nothing wrong with
dollhouse
that.
things.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's like, just excuse that. Don't worry about that. Yeah, no, ignore the pile of sawdust on the floor. We're dealing with that later. And then it's just crazy because obviously I don't have a workshop. It's sort of the workshop is where I'm living in, so I feel a bit like an elf or something. So after I got this dollhouse out of the loft, and it was an absolute state. So I stripped it all back, and then I realized that I hadn't got a Scooby. How to even start bringing it back to life. So I started looking up on forums and blogs, because this 2012, there wasn't really any thing, like there wasn't massive YouTube videos on how to do things, or I think Pinterest existed, maybe like in its very early days. It might not have even been until 2015 that Pinterest was available. I'm not sure exactly, but I know it wasn't readily available, and there was only sort of some WordPress websites and things like that people had created on how to actually build your own dollhouses and the furniture and things like that. And I actually found this website called Cinderella Moments. And she is amazing. She makes very kitsch, shabby chic style dollhouses, and she makes them to order. She's you can find her on Etsy, and she has a blog page as well. And she also does tutorials. And that was one of the first like dollhouse creators I probably discovered, and I used a lot of her. Yeah, Yahoo group. Yeah, you know it, right? Just like this really all this old stuff, like probably not the best pictures, maybe some printable stuff. Oh, and that's the thing as well. There was loads of like wallpapers and things that you could print, and I thought it was great, but they were all so dated and just there. And it's like, I don't want to put that in my dollhouse. Like, what the hell, man? What is this? So I sort of took it upon myself to learn how to make things while I was restoring the dollhouse back up. And you can see my kind of learning curve throughout it. So I'm probably going to redo the whole thing again now that I have a better understanding of what I'm doing. But it definitely helped. And then what happened really, I don't even know how, but I started making stuff in 1/12 scale, which is regular dollhouse scale. It's not to be confused with play scale, which is like Barbie's, which is 1/6 scale. It's half that. So I just was like, I wonder if I can make this smaller. I wonder if I can make this smaller. And then for some weird reason, I just kept making things smaller and smaller and smaller just to see if I could do it. And I don't even know why. It's just, I don't know. I have these weird things sometimes. So I just decided that would be fun. And I'd already started streaming by this point, and then I just decided one day that I was going to start making really small things. And then that's how my cabin sort of evolved. And they also evolved from when I made my first ever cabin I made was completely enclosed, and the roof came off and it had like a hinge on the roof. And I got the lady who bought it gave me a bad review for it. She said that my photos of it dismantled before it was built together were misleading, and she thought that it came apart. I was like, how? It's not even attached to the base, and it's not painted or how could you think that that is what it looks like? Oh my goodness. So she said that I misled her, and so I decided then to make them without a back so you could see fully inside it. I was like, I'm not having anyone give me a bad review because that took me hours. And I was like, I'd rather just, not have to deal with that ever again. So it was a good thing and a bad thing because it made me think about how I wanted to actually make them a bit better, I suppose. But yeah, can you believe it?
Mm-hmm.
I took a photo of everything inside it, and she said, I was led to believe that all the things came out of it. I was like, what? I sent the pics on Photo Bucket though.
Totally.
Is Photo Bucket even still going? Oh my gosh. I used to have a Photo Bucket account back in 2002 or whenever it was.
I think everyone had a Photo Bucket account. Yeah. It was like having a Flickr account. You had to have a Flickr account and a Photo Bucket account.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Flickr account for the good photos, Photo Bucket for everything else.
Nice dollhouse, but I can't fit in it. What is this? A house for ants? Literally. Feels like that sometimes. You got worried that I froze. No, I was just in a state of disarray purge. It's all good. Juicies. Oh my god.
I'd put the the
It was
slideshow
like,
up.
I was just thinking, I'm like, oh, sorry, it's this way.
Yeah, it's that way. Yeah, there we go. No, it's weirdception time. It's weirdception.
Drives here, holla.
Hey, drive. Photo bucket and a GeoCities website. Those were the days. You had to have yourself a GeoCities website.
Oh my freaking hell. Which one is which?
Yeah. It's the clone. Which one's the clone?
It's all about the hype mug.
If you just think just do the pose. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yep.
Brilliant. So
Every stream now.
Yep, exactly.
What I'm actually doing is I'm asking Derek what we should do, because he runs the show. I've made people think that it was me, but it's not.
Yep, it's totally Derek. It's totally Derek.
It's always Derek.
And we'll get on to Derek in a little bit. We'll totally get on to Derek in a little bit. Because we've got an entire Derek section. We've got a Derek section. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have to talk about him as a full on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even know why I bought him here.
He made you, didn't he? Because he's in charge. You've already said that.
He is in charge. He runs the show.
Yeah, and
The post has to be the new starting soon panel.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. So you sent me a whole load of pictures, which is amazing. I love it.
I did.
So and it's great just seeing kind of everything like crafty that you've been up to over like the past 2 years now. It's 2 years you've been kind of streaming kind of crafty stuff, really.
That was a dab. That was my very low-key dab. Yeah, so I've managed to make people believe that I don't actually create anything, and then all of a sudden I have all this stuff, and people are like, "Whoa, okay, I didn't actually realize you made anything. I thought you just sat there, drink tea, and talking crap." I'm like, yeah, I do that too, but
you serendipitously make the stuff that you just don't notice. It's this crazy thing with Twitch.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Talk about jelly shoes.
Yeah,
Weird
jelly
things
shoes,
people have eaten.
All right. All the weirdness that happens,
Yeah. Everything.
But this was the first thing you ever made on stream.
It is, yeah. It is.
A wonderful chair and a table, 2 chairs and a table.
Yeah, I made this was for that dollhouse I was talking about, the thingy one. But I made this as an intention for a tutorial, and I never actually finished the last part of it because filmed it, but the what do you call it? The software that I was using to edit it, like, kept crashing halfway through me trying to edit the video, and I just lost the will to live with it. I think I was doing it for hours, and then I just thought, maybe we'll come back to this.
And that never happened.
That was
then.
yeah, exactly. And that was 2 years ago now. So maybe we'll come back to it. I don't know. We'll see.
At some point. Totally at some point.
Yeah. The rest of it's there, though. So you can kind of, I don't know. If you're really bored, you can watch that terrible YouTube video.
You might think it's terrible, but probably anyone watching is like, yeah, perfect. This is how I now know how to make these things.
Yeah, I kind of went in a bit not knowing what I was doing and just tried my best without really. I don't know. I did a voiceover and everything, and I was like, oh, I hated it.
Oh, what
It's just
was it more that classic of you're hearing? Well, no, well, 'cause you do music, so you don't really hate the sound of your own voice anymore, do you?
yeah, I'm immune to that. It was more
Yeah.
the uh how do I describe it? Like put on the spot and then having to succinctly describe exactly what's happening without the that like because when you speak like that, it's actually horrendous to listen to, and I speak like that a lot. So I was just the whole time listening back to the recording. It was just quite horrendous for me. So that was another thing. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Oh, it's one of those things that you just kind of have to keep working at, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've added now to YouTube videos. I have a plan now, which is to also include a written description of what to do with a disclaimer saying, please just turn off the sound if it's annoying to you. You don't need to tell me in the comments if my voice has annoyed you because I don't want to hear it. So just turn it off. Read on the screen. And then, it's a case of like I don't want to hear like people's negative comments towards me, so I'm just making it easier and as accessible as possible, without people feeling the need to share their unwanted opinion, I suppose. That's how I think about it. But yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I the amount of things I see on YouTube and no one's ever happy with anything. You're like, but they created that completely in their own time. You do know that, right?
Some folk are never happy. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to cover all bases. Like, there you go. And there's even a freaking custard pie at the end. All right. And yeah, it's vegan. It's a vegan custard pie. You can have a non-vegan one as well if you're offended by that too. Yeah. All right. Just have whatever. Just shh. That's how I feel about people most of the time.
Yeah. Like it or
I mean,
lump
they're
it.
great. But...
Just disable comments. It's easier.
Slouses the accessibility turned on. Exactly.
The slouchy.
Yeah.
Oh, just so we can understand some of the accent. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Yeah. But yeah, your accent's amazing though. That's the thing. I love when you speak. You just got that.
It's a mixture of everything, I think.
You've got that perfect kind of southern England kind of London twang.
Back end of Slough, a little bit of Windsor, a little bit of Farmer. I've got it all. Don't worry.
All right. It's because it's always fun. Because then, because when you say something, you make it sound fun as well.
I hope so.
Because you just put an accent onto it.
Yeah, I have done that for a very long time. I always, oh gosh, my cousins used to absolutely rip the mickey out of me all the time. They used to be like, oh, why'd you have to do a funny voice when you're in the middle of when you're saying something? I'm like, I don't know. Just do, don't I? Bit of West Country, exactly.
West Country, right? But yeah,
that's the old farmer twang coming out.
But yeah.
Yeah, mini table and chairs.
Yep. Totally.
I'd make them even smaller than that.
I was going to say that's that's fairly large for your kind of makes now, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, I look at that and I'm like, oh, it's gigantic. I can't.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on there?
Exactly.
Those are far too big. I'll never fit them into anything.
No, can't sit on them.
Oh, those are for giants.
I'm too small.
And these are just like basic balsa, aren't they, as well, really, aren't they? And
Yep, a mixture of lollipop sticks and balsa wood, basswood. Yeah, kebab skewers, I think.
this is whatever you can get your hands on.
Yeah, I try to make all my stuff out of things that people would just have, if that makes sense. Like, rather than buying really, really specialist stuff, I use like coffee stirrers and lollipop sticks quite a lot, and yeah, just random bits that you just end up having about. Just because I think, I'd rather reuse things and try and recycle them into something if I'm not going to use it as the purpose it was for originally. Nick tool supplies from the pub. They ain't using them. They haven't been.
Yeah, they
They'll
don't
have
need
a
them.
shock in April.
They just need to order more, and it's fine.
It's all right. No one would be allowed to freaking sit next to each other anyway, so it's all right. I mean, I'm not missing anything.
It's the thing, it's the thing. COVID's gave you a little bit more time to make some stuff, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. And then I've also looked back and sort of thought, oh, I could have done more. So I don't know if that's like a self-deprecation thing or what. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
I don't know. I think we've all kind of done that. I know I have as well. Like, I'm like, I could have done a whole lot more during this year. But, COVID,
Yeah.
that COVID burnout is also a thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really, I don't know. I've had moments of extreme productiveness and then moments of what I would call slothness, where I've just done the complete opposite and literally laid on my sofa and just wistfully just watched nothing and been quite happy while just digging my hand into a bag of crisps and just and just been like, you know what? I don't care. This is fine.
That sounds like a good plan some days. Yeah.
It hasn't happened often, but it has happened.
You need that. You totally need that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I didn't get on the drink thing.
Oh. It's always
I didn't
good.
get on that. I got on the I'm just gonna lay here and see how many socks I can wear in one go thing.
So how many socks could you wear in one go then?
I had 3 before I started getting uncomfortable. About 3.
Yeah.
And it was too much.
Yeah. I was going to say, I expected people to be able to wear more than 3 pairs.
You probably can, but like they were starting to like crush my toes a bit, and it was uncomfortable. And I thought, this isn't fun anymore. I'm going to take them off.
Oh.
Let's do something a bit more productive.
Yeah. And then you went back to making stuff, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Or did you want to go back to eating the crisps?
Stuck on a few Disney movies. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Ran out of crisps. Ran out of those pretty quickly. They didn't last long.
They never
Not at all.
do. They never do.
Even bought those big bags, Doritos, the unemployed
Oh.
Doritos as well. Like they're like I don't know that big, and yeah. One night gone.
Right. Been there, done that. Too many times to talk about. Too many times to talk about. There's always
What
wonderful flavour.
So in the unemployed Dorito range, they have the cheesy ones, which are not as good as regular cheesy, like brand Doritos, but the cool flavor, which in America is Cool Ranch, I believe, it's the blue one. The blue flavor is pretty good. The unemployed ones, they're pretty good. Definitely got through those a lot quicker than the cheese ones. Problem with the cheese ones was all the cheese was at the bottom of the bag. So when you finally reached the bottom of the bag, it was like, oh my gosh, too much.
Yeah, the cheese ones also just get all over your fingers as well. They're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
they're not as bad
Every
as
finger is
Cheetos,
yellow.
but they're still pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, the blue ones are where it's at for me. Doritos or unemployed Doritos.
I just love how you call them unemployed Doritos.
Yeah.
But did you know
Exactly.
that the Flaming Hots are in different coloured bags in America? So be careful.
Are they?
Yeah, they're in the bags that look like our cheese bags.
Oh, so what color are the cheese ones then?
I don't know.
Americans of the chat,
yeah.
what colored Dorito bag is the cheese flavor?
Yeah, see.
Oh, the regular's in a red bag. So
Yep.
cheese is in a red. Oh, that's dangerous. Because
Yeah.
here the cheese one is like a yellowy orange bag, and the chili heat is like a
The red bag.
red
Yeah.
and black bag.
Aye. That's what I meant. Sorry. Aye.
Dang. Yeah, that's dangerous.
So yeah, don't get confused that they're if you want some chili and then you go.
Yeah, that would be horrendous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. What's your Flaming Hots in? That's what we need to know.
Yeah, the chili heat or whatever it's called. Flaming
Aye.
hot chili heat. Danger Doritos.
No, we're not going to read the flavor. We need to know by the bag, because that's when Walker's confused everyone by changing cheese and onion and salt and vinegar around.
Right? And they called it salt and Lineker at one time.
Aye.
Do you remember that as well?
Yep.
They called salt and vinegar salt and Lineker after Gary Lineker. And if anybody doesn't know who Gary Lineker is, he's a footballer. Of course he is. And he does the Walkers adverts, which are Lays. So Walkers are Lays. And whole another conversation. But but yeah, salt and vinegar is blue. Right, see, now they've confused me. Salt and vinegar is blue. Is the blue bag. And then Walkers put their salt and vinegar in a green bag, which is cheese and onion. And the whole country went mad. And
Yep.
I'm still there in 1994 or whenever that was. Might have been 96.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Here we go. Michi sent us a link.
Oh, amazing.
There we go. Right. Okay. Chili cheese. What? They've only got 2. No, that's be more products. There we go. Flamin' Hot's in like a weird red bag, and Flamin' Hot Lemon is in a green bag.
Lemon?
Yeah, or limon. Or natural.
Limon.
Yeah. Oh no, spicy sweet chili is in a purple bag,
Oh.
and spicy nacho is in kind of a deeper red burgundy purplish bag.
Okay, this colours sound confusing to me. They all sound kind of similar.
Yeah. I can't actually. I don't have the thing on this one. But yes. So yes, it's all very confusing in America. You just need 3. You just need 3 flavors. That's all you need: Cool Ranch,
Just 3.
cheese, Flamin' Hot.
Yeah.
It's like Monster Munch, pickled onion, beef, and the other one.
And the other one that no one really has ever. They have a salt and vinegar, don't they? It's pickled onion. No, it's
Oh, it's spicy. Pickled onion. Oh, they've got flaming hot as well, isn't it? That's a
they
flaming
do
hot.
have a flaming hot. Yeah.
That's the other one. Yeah, pickled
Yeah.
onion, beef, and flaming hot. That's what it is. We're just talking about crisps now. Welcome to the Maker's Crisp stream, guys. We're not
Feeling lonely? Get some crisps.
we're not talking about anything Triz makes. We're just talking about crisps.
Oh, everybody knows I don't make anything. It's just an illusion.
Oh, brilliant. So up next.
Oh, they had dill.
Dill Doritos. What?
Yeah, pickles, gherkins.
Like they've got a whole bunch of them here. Let's see. Like they've got their usual spicy. Well, they've got 3D crunchy spicy ranch, chili cheese nacho, flaming hot limon, nacho cheese, cool ranch, spicy sweet chili, Dorito Dynamita chili lemon, Dorito poppin' jalapeno, Dorito spicy
Actually, they all
nacho,
just sound quite similar in flavour,
Dorito
really, surely.
flamas, Dorito blazing buffalo and ranch, Dorito salsa verde, Dorito taco flavored tortilla chips. What's taco flavored tortilla chip? That's just a tortilla chip, right?
Just taco flavour, not like beef taco or fish taco or chicken taco. No, just taco. So just plain? Is that plain?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from it. Dorito tapatio. This is some sort of hot sauce. A simply organic spicy white cheddar, and a simply organic white cheddar.
Oh.
So that's all.
They're just folded differently. They taste different, all right?
See, far too many. Like that takes up an entire aisle in the supermarket, though. That's the thing. Just for one brand. Yeah, it's a whole aisle in our supermarket just for Doritos. It's the Doritos aisle now.
I didn't know. I had no idea. Yeah, we got the fireplace. Doritos Island. Yeah.
So let's go back to you're making Hello Boom Boom. Yes, we have Trizzcat here on the makers.
Hola.
So
yeah, this was the first cabin. This is the one I was saying that the lady was like, "No, it's not what I ordered. You misled me."
So then you made this, totally, from scratch, making fully designed.
Yeah. Yeah, I planned out everything. This was the first cabin I made. In this scale as well. I was like, oh, let's see if I can make this small. And that's where that whole thing began, with this one. So this couldn't have been a few weeks after I started streaming, probably.
Yeah. What sort of size is this?
So this is 1/144 scale. Some people call it micro scale. Which is a
tiny.
Yes, it's very small. Yeah, so the actual height of it is probably about 4 centimeters. It's basically a dollhouse that is the correct scale to go in a 1/12 dollhouse, if that makes sense.
Right, that makes sense there. Yes, totally makes sense.
So that's this, yeah. Yeah, because I did this, but I also made some other doll houses as well. Some I would say they were Edwardian style houses as doll houses. But they really was very interested in those. I think they're super cute, but no one else did, so I just went along with the cabin thing more. It seemed to be a bit more well received, I suppose.
It's that bit of going with what people are wanting. It's that bit where as much as when you love something, you're like, oh yeah, these look amazing, and then people go, I like them, but I'm not going to buy them.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Where are we? Yes. So, oh no, not there. Yeah. So I'm just loving here. Like you've planned out everything. Like you've got a full-on plan. You've got the couch sheets, you've got the beds, you got the. Is that a TV or is that the stove? I think that's a stove, isn't it?
Yeah, there would have been like a wood-burning stove, the kitchen, a little bed. I think I made some pots and pans for it. The curtains. May 13th, 2019, about tea time. That's probably about right. I would imagine so.
Because then there we go.
Yep, there it is.
So you've got the tiny bed, and there's the kitchen coming along.
Yep, everything. There it is. I really like making tiny kitchens.
It's miniature to say the least. Because when you look at it, there's your nail. For scale.
It was teeny weeny. No, yeah, I made all the pillows and a mattress for the bed and a duvet, and then I hand sewed a little blanket for it as well.
And as much as you're like, it's so small, but there's a lot of work goes into making it that small, isn't there?
Yeah, this is like quite a lot of hours work to do something little like this. It's not like a 10-minute job. It's like hours. But yeah, I try to make it as real as possible. In as small a scale as I can. And there's like limitations with what I have available to be able to do this. So like cocktail sticks and lollipop sticks. There's only so much you can do with them. But yeah, I try to make it as like it doesn't look like super realistic to the point where it's like silly realistic, but I like to kind of make sure it's detailed enough so people every time they look at it they'll see something else, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I like to go with my stuff.
It's it's got that rusticness to it that you were talking about before.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like it to look like it's been made by hand.
And I'm always impressed, at the level of detail that you can go to with that. Like, the knobs on the like on the drawers and like on the the cooker. Those you're like, those are tiny on a tiny
yeah,
thing
they're
already.
they're probably about a centimeter. They're probably less than that.
I was going to say,
probably less than that. Yeah. About 7 mil tall, probably 7 millimeters tall, I reckon, something like that, including the worktop. And then I also make like the faucet. Obviously, here we just call it a tap, but faucet for international understanding.
Yeah. So what did you make that out of?
What, the faucet?
Yeah.
Just some jewelry wire. It's 1/3 of an inch. It actually is 7.
1/3 of an inch. Yeah.
It is. It's 0.7 centimeters. I think we worked it out as 1/3 of an inch.
Well, that other measuring system.
Inches.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about inches as a unit of measurement. I was just glad to discover the oven was connected to the gas. Just don't leave it on when you go out.
Yeah.
Again, crying out loud.
Don't want to. Just the place is made of wood. Burns down easy.
It's highly flammable.
Even the pans are made of wood. So be careful.
Just make sure you turn the stove off and the fireplace. Make sure that's off before you leave.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny houses. If I could shrink to this small, then I would definitely try and help with housing crisis.
Oh, make things so much easier. Totally.
Exactly.
So that, then we can kind of see some finished products.
Yes. So yeah, the one on the left-hand side, that is that cabin that we just saw the inside of. So that's the first ever one that I made. Yeah, and
Brilliant.
and that was a huge learning curve. And then the second one, the one on the right-hand side with the palm tree, is the second cabin I made after I received the bad review, and I left the back open on this beach cabin because I wanted to avoid anybody moaning that they couldn't see inside it. Even though the roof on the left-hand side one, you can actually take the roof off. But I kind of appreciated that they wanted to open the whole thing up and really see inside it. Oh no!
Oh no, what's happened to this picture?
Oh
We've had
no!
an issue. We've had an issue. I don't know what happened there. Something weird. It was fine before. And then we've had an issue. But yeah, we can see inside it there on this side.
So this is
I can't find
another another beach cabin as well.
Was that not the same one?
No,
Oh no.
no, that is a different one.
Was that a different one?
Yeah. Yeah, so I made like a kind of Malibu beach cabin that's with sort of white and very pristine, and then I made a kind of surf shack beach cabin which had the bar stools, and it had like a herb garden in the kitchen, which you can kind of see there. It had loads of I made miniature macrame as well in the kitchen, and also upstairs there's a little kind of curtain for the balcony. And there's surfboards stuck behind the sofa. There's surfboards stuck in the sand as well in that one at the front next to a barbecue. Yeah, this one was super cute.
What's going on with the picture here? I don't know.
I don't know.
Something weird.
Upstairs Love Shack. Yeah, it's super cute, that one. That one got snapped up pretty quickly.
Just doesn't want to.
People are like, yeah,
issue with that one.
this one. Yeah, the plant is. Oh, I love all the greenery in that one. It's so cute. Get past for a bucket already. Ever good.
I don't know what happened. There's a problem with it. I don't know what happened.
This is the intermission music while Laser sorts out the photos.
There, we got it. Yay!
Woohoo!
There we go. There.
Nothing happened. Paste it over. There we go.
There.
Ah.
Yeah, it's there. Right.
Look at that. Bish bash bosh.
Easy.
Yeah, so that one, there's some surfboards and there's a hammock and it's super cute. Oh, there's also like 2 balconies on that one, and it has like a little seating area out the front next to the shutters. It's super cute. That one was super cute. And I also made the kitchen have a a washing machine because obviously they go wash their wetsuits when they go surfing.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Love it.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, I love it's just all the little details that you're put into it, you know, and just the thought process that you go through, and like, I need to have this because of that, you know, like you say.
Yeah, you have to make them make sense.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. You'll notice that one doesn't have a stove inside, which is why there's a barbecue outside on the beach, because it's it's a holiday surf shack. They're not going to be sticking a roast in the oven while they're going surfing. They're going to come back and throw the food on the barbecue and have a quick bite. Yeah. And there's twin beds upstairs as well instead of like one double bed. So it's sort of like you can imagine that loads of people like go there and they use it for like surfing, and there's like a little herbs and plants and things in the kitchen that they can use to cook. And yeah, I don't know. I might think about these things far too much. I'm not sure, but
But that's what makes it though, is that level of detail though. When you put all that thought in it, as Lama says, 5 stars, stoked.
yeah, this one is even got a little fan. You can't really see it very clearly, but you can kind of see it in the photo. So it's got wooden beams across the ceiling downstairs, and there's also a fan light, like one of those, like the ceiling fans. So that surf shack has a ceiling fan as well, which I made. It's kind of difficult to see it inside. But yeah, so that one, there's like loads of little bits.
As on this one there, you can see it better.
Yeah, I think you can just about see it on the. Yeah.
Yeah. Back. There we go.
Yeah, which is made out of the end of a cocktail stick and some paper.
That's brilliant. Love it. Yeah. But again, it's just that detail. You're like, yeah, because it's going to have something like that because it's warm. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's why there's only like a kind of fuel stove, and then you can't miss it. You have to duck. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh.
Although I made that, and then I was gonna add another one upstairs, but that took me so long. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not making another one of these. It was quite long-winded to make that, so I thought, no, it's fine. I'm good with one. It gets the point across enough. But yeah, it's super cute. I love that. I love that cabin. And yeah, I was very pleased. But it went to America actually, which was nice.
Yeah, it's always good when you get that. People are like, oh, I need that, I want that. And they're like, yeah, and I'm going to spend the money to have it shipped, even if it's international.
Yeah, exactly. It means that that they're gonna look after it and they actually really want it. So
yeah,
that's always what I prefer selling. And it's like kind of weird, isn't it? It's like selective selling, but because of the amount of time and effort and attention that I've put into making things that I've made, I get sad when people just frivolously expect to they're just like, oh yeah, no, I'll buy one. It's like, you're not really thinking about it as that. You're not looking at it. You're not appreciating it. You're just sort of saying that as sort of a throwaway comment, whereas people who actually have bought them, they've always chosen the one they wanted, and then it takes a kind of pride of place. And and they like everybody always says that like I'm not a great photographer in any way, shape, or form, and I still just don't know how to do it properly. Like I'm not gonna lie, but they whenever they get their cabin or whatever, everybody's always like, oh my gosh, it's so much more amazing in real life. The photos don't do it justice, and I'm like, I wish I could do it justice in photographs so people could see exactly what I see. It's difficult.
Totally.
Yeah.
Otto Van Joe's asking, for reference, just how many hours did the surf sack take to craft?
Oh, blimey. I'm not sure actually. Because I tend to. Okay, I'm a bit. I don't know if it's weird. It might not be. I think it might be, but I have this weird way of working where I'll work for like 13 hours and not eat or drink or anything because I just forget and I get really engrossed in what I'm doing. And then I'll stop and I'll have a day of doing nothing. Then I'll do the same thing for like 2 days in a row. Um, and some days I will like sort of sporadically craft throughout the whole day in small increments. So I'll like work for a couple of hours and then I'll sort of, I guess it's procrastinating, I suppose. I'll sort of think about what I'm doing and then just think about everything, probably too much. And then it takes me a little while to get back into it. So I would say all in all, like if I solidly worked on a cabin as a regular, normal, structured day of work, I suppose. Say I started at like I don't know, 10 till 6 or something. I can get a cabin done in about a week-ish. Um, but then I'd probably add some more like kind of bits here and there if I wasn't completely happy with it. Um, but I tend to try and space that out over a couple of weeks. Yeah, and I can barely do any work while I'm streaming. Like I get like one little thing done while I'm streaming because I just talk too much.
Yeah, that's the adage I always say. You had to go live. Productivity is reduced by at least 70%.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what happens. Because everyone distracts you.
Yeah, I can't.
It's the streamer's fault.
No, it's not my inability to knuckle down and focus on what I'm doing and not get distracted at all. That's got nothing to do with it.
Totally.
Yeah, that's never happened.
Never at all.
Yeah, I'm very productive. My streams.
Yeah.
Very productive.
Talking about things like on your streams and your community, you do things like this where you do make with me's. Yeah,
I do indeed.
which are lots of fun.
Yeah, I like these because anybody of any skill can join in. So I make these as I said before, accessibility is really important to me in regards to not only people of abilities who are adult people, but also children and all ages. I try to think of things that people have in their houses already, that they have lying around, that they can utilize and use, and not only just to fill the time with something to do or to learn something new, but also just out of a sense of accomplishment that somebody can do this and feel like they can actually do it. Because a lot of people have this aversion to arts and crafts because they feel like they have to be really, really good at it to do it. And you're like, no, you don't have, that's not a thing. Like, I don't know who's like why that has become a thing. It's like, yeah, okay, there's a difference between a skilled artisan and then, somebody who's crafting something, but the point of it is to enjoy it. And when you've finished, you can look at it and be proud of what you've made and feel like you've actually accomplished something that you've never tried before. So yeah, so that's why I like to do these. I never thought they were going to be a thing, but people were asking for me to do them, so I did them. I just listened to what people in my chat was asking me, and yeah, so once a month, usually last Monday of every month, we do a make along, and then I put the pristine version on YouTube.
Was this one of the ones that you did, the lighthouse?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones ever. That was the first ever one. And what was really cute about that one was, and this is what I find as well. So I do something very, very basic, and I don't lead anybody into believing that they have to make anything else or do anything else. And so this is just made out of lollipop sticks and buttons, by the way. That's literally all it is. That is buttons and lollipop sticks. And then sometimes people post the photos of what they've made, or they tag me in them on their Instagram pages or on Facebook or whatever, and they've like made a little boat to go with it. And then they've made like like it's just like, wow, I didn't say you needed to do any of that at all. But it kind of, it shows me that even though I've just given them like a little idea, and I haven't been like hugely like trying to create some massive inspiration out of it. I'm just like, here's an idea. It would be fun to make this. And they go, yeah. Well, now it needs a boat to go with it, so I can put it on the shelf. Oh, and it needs a sailing boat because it's by the it's by the fishing village in Cornwall. And you're like, what? I never said any of this. I've not led anybody to like go down this road. Like, you've gone down this road yourself. Like, and that's literally somebody's creativity going, like, starting from this and then going, oh, all of this stuff I just thought of, and then they make it. And then they just, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't do any of that. You did that. You did that. I didn't do any of that. I just showed you how to glue some bits of lollipop stick together.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, totally. Like Pixie saying there, you can make such fun things with such simple things. Sometimes people forget it, and it's awesome you remind people about that.
Yeah, exactly. I've got loads of craft books and things like that, for like kids' crafts and all sorts of things. And when I was a kid, my favorite TV programs were Heartbeat, which was Tony Hart. I don't know if anybody remembers that or knows what that is. And Art Attack. Like, they were my two favorite TV programs. There was also this other one which is not well remembered, but it was called It's a Bitzer. And
I remember that.
yeah, It's a Bitzer, Bits and Bobs. Like, it was so good. And they used to make loads of stuff out of anything. And yeah, I love that. That's just like the best for me. So yeah, that I would say that's probably innate somewhere. And it just comes out. Yeah.
It's you can totally see all that, the whole kind of Tony Hart, what's it called, Neil Buchanan, all those sort of people inspired in some of your stuff there. Yeah. Yeah,
I love it. I'm like, I'm not posh enough to be Blue Peter, but I can do Art Attack.
You can be Neil Buchanan, aka Banksy.
Oh yeah, so I don't know if you've seen the new Banksy in Reading.
Oh no, I've not. No.
Which is where I live. It's on the prison. So there's this old Victorian prison, and they're like gonna sell it, or I don't know. They've been trying to sell it, and people have people want to restore it as a historical site. because it is a historical site, but a supposed Banksy has appeared on the side of it.
All right.
Yeah. So that literally has happened this week. And apparently Banksy is undisclosed whether or not it was him. But yeah,
That Neil Buchanan, he's always up to things.
yeah, it's really weird actually. There's a it's called Exit Through
The gift
the
shop.
Gift Shop.
Yep.
I recommend. That's a good watch. I recommend that. I do have a few Banksy books as well. Because obviously it's quite notorious. Kind of important, I suppose. But yeah.
Llama's just saying the lighthouse was quick enough, but I may have bitten off too much recreating Dover Castle in the whole county of Kent.
But it won't look right though without the White Cliffs, will it? I mean, you can't put it on the shelf incomplete. It needs a full diorama.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. I love it.
Another fun thing that you do on your stream are the sub-cabins.
I do, yeah. So this came about because of actually I meant to pop him in my shout out list actually, now I think about it. So a friend of mine and a streamer who I actually met through Samantha Branch is called Cuppa Joe. And he's a pixel artist. And also a comic book artist as well. And he does it. The difference is he does what's called a sub square for his subscribers every month. So each month you sub, you get a sub square, which is a small piece of pixel art. And so when I met Joe and watched his stream and everything and saw his sub cabins and not sub cabins, sub squares, sorry. I was like, oh, that's really, really a very good idea and quite wholesome. I like that a lot. And then I was also inspired by Llama because Llama was giving his subs originally a place in an actual diorama. And so I thought, I feel like I need to give people something back for subscribing. I know I don't have to. I know I can just be completely like, I don't owe you nothing. But I wanted to give something back. And then obviously, you Laser were doing your sub bubbles. And I just felt really underprepared. Like I just was like, oh, I didn't know I had to do anything. I didn't even like my first emote's been banned. I didn't even know I needed an emote. I didn't even know I was supposed to be like going for this thing called affiliate. I was like, what's that mean? And everyone's like, oh, you reached affiliate. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I ain't got a clue.
Just busy making stuff. What's what? What fuck are you giving me bits exactly. Now?
What's this? I had no idea. I was just sat there making stuff and getting told no talk, just hands. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just going on YouTube anyway. Not really bothered. Just doing my own little thing. My cat's meowing at me. I make tea. It's cool. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, all this stuff was like there, and I had to really think about it. So, I was inspired by all of those things, and I thought, a kind of valuable thing that I can put into it. I can't do it every month because, the amount of work that goes into just one of these little paintings. So they're 4 by 4 centimeters. And they are hand painted for each subscriber. And the ones you can see, the one on the right hand side is unfinished, At the time. It's finished now. Don't worry, it's finished now. But this was while I was actually painting it. That's actually llamas, and then the one on the left-hand side, the yellow one, that is Ban. That's Ban's. And so llamas is a video rental store, 80s video rental
Yep.
store, and all the videos that they have for rent is Footloose.
Yep.
And there's actually a poster of Footloose as well on the door. And then Bands is Cody's breakout. So Cody is a character from Final Fight and Street Fighter. Cody Travers, the character's name is, and yeah, he like punched his way out of the prison. And so yeah, that's the scene where he punched himself out in the. So I copied that directly from the pixel art. Yeah, and they all go on my wall. They take about 2 to 3 hours each to paint. No, you can't name the mole on my arm because otherwise everyone will want one. How many do I have? What, subs or sub cabins?
So, what's in sub cabins?
Sub cabins on the wall so far is in excess of 40. And then I have another extra 40 odd to paint still. But I've been extraordinarily busy, so yeah. It's like I do get them done. It just takes me a while because I need to be in the mind frame to do it as well.
You're taking on a mammoth task doing that, that's for sure. But you know, they turn out amazing. Like I love my evil butterfly.
Yeah, we had to have the evil butterfly.
I know, totally.
Do you have a favorite? You don't need one. You have your book nook now. Of course you need one. Every sub needs one. I have this weird thing where when I paint a brand new sub cabin, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I get like really excited about it what I've just painted. And then what happens is and then I go through all the ones that I've painted and I get really excited about every single one of them because I think they're all absolutely amazing and I'm like, I can't believe I painted that. Which is really weird, I know, but yeah.
Brilliant.
So yeah, that's how I feel about all of them.
So, about the,
covered.
It's the next one's always your favorite one, isn't it? It's that kind of about the one you're working on.
That's the thing. Yeah. Every person who has a sub cabin, they always think their sub cabin is the best one.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's always personal to them, so it's like children.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what makes them really great. Is that I know who each sub is by looking at their cabin, which is why I also like to do them a little bit after, like further down the line rather than straight away when somebody has subbed. But like I don't expect anybody to subscribe more, or anything like that. And I certainly am very grateful and appreciative if somebody continues their sub as well. It doesn't affect anybody getting or not getting a sub cabin or anything like that. But I always find it really, really nice when somebody does join in the community and then, I get to talk to them and find out more about them, and then their sub cabin, I have this weird way of being able to intuitively know what they want more than what they know, if that makes sense. It's really weird. Like they'll give me an idea and then I'll sort of go with it, and I'll come up with my own things that represent that person when I'm painting it most of the time. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's odd. It's weird to describe. But yeah, it's happened a few times where someone's gone, oh, I don't know, just a stage. And then I've painted like somehow managed to paint the first ever stage that they, the likeness of the first ever stage that they performed on or something, just out of the blue. It's really, but it's nice because I know each person by looking at the cabin. I'm like, oh, that's so and so, that's so and so, because every person that comes in and spends time is personal and appreciated. So yeah.
It's sometimes just that ability just to channel into them, isn't it? Really, yeah.
Yeah, it makes it means a lot to me because it's people are spending their time with me, so I kind of want to give back and show my appreciation that they've chosen to spend their time and chosen to offer support as well. So yeah, it's very important to me that I try and make people feel that are greatly appreciated. Yeah.
That's lovely. Let's look at some tiny things that you made.
Oh yeah, these are like, okay, so I haven't had time for freaking ages. I literally haven't. But these are drives challenges, right? And because obviously I make things that are tiny, so obviously my drive challenges are tiny things. So I did the dumpster. I did the tiny dumpster. They're in the kitchen right now. They're tiny. They're like this big.
Right.
Even smaller than that probably. And then the other one is the vending machine. And the vending machine actually has coiled wires in it and packets of miscellaneous snacks.
That was highly detailed. That vending machine. You had everything going in that. As proper detail going there. And again, because that was like micro scale as well, isn't it? Or similar.
Yeah, it's I think the dumpster is slightly larger than the micro scale, but the vending machine I think is actually micro scale. I was going to make a tutorial on how to make that. I don't know if enough people tell me that they want a tutorial on how to make the vending machine. I'll do it. But yeah, because it's got like wires in it and everything, and shelves and all sorts.
It's amazing. Yeah, QCat says yes.
Crunchies, yep. Yeah. Crunchies are in there.
Well, you can't have a crunchy in a...
Doritos, you name it.
You and your unemployed Doritos.
Up in there, all up in there.
Yeah. Dream Garden Panda is asking, have you ever made a unicorn?
No, I don't tend to make animals. I do have unicorn power though, so you can power me up with unicorn power if I'm totally sucking at a game. I do have the only unicorn that I have made is this one. Where's my camera? There she is. Yeah, that's the only unicorn I've ever made, which is a cat.
Super. And then look at this, doing some pyrography.
I enjoy doing that. I need the proper tool. Yeah, that was a commission for Helly Blue, for her husband. I got given a wood burning tool, which to me it just looks like a soldering iron. It's not like it's not by any means a high quality tool or anything like that. And I really do want to get like a proper one, because you can't control the voltage or anything on the one that I've got, and it's so hard to hold it as well because it is essentially a soldering iron, so the tip of it is fairly long. So imagine trying to draw holding a pencil at the freaking end of it. It's
Aye.
just so hard to do. So yeah, I can't actually wait to invest in a decent pyrography tool. But yeah, I do really enjoy doing that. And yeah, it's something that I learned how to do. Oh, crikey. Yeah, I must have been given it as a birthday present in 2019. So that was the first ever time I've done it. Yeah, definitely not as good as Pixie, though. Definitely not as good as Pixie. Pyro, definitely
but,
not.
Yeah. It's hard to be as good as her, but yeah. Bit of practice, a bit of practice.
Yep. Indeed.
But like you were doing like coasters and stuff as well, weren't you? Coasters?
Yeah, so really randomly, the coasters that sell really well are like stars and suns and things like that. Like I didn't I did some stags and I thought that they would sell more. Nope, people just want this like really 90s kind of stars as well. You know the
Yeah.
kind when there was that phase of everything like bedding, curtains, pillows, everything. It had like these kind of weird wiggly suns on and moons with faces and everything had a face.
Right.
Those people still buy that. I'm like, dang, I thought this died like 25 years ago, but no, we're still up in here. I'm like, okay.
Some folks still live in the 90s.
Yep. Those are the best selling coasters I ever created. Like, yeah, people still ask me to do them, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're wanting them.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Right. It's amazing what some folk want. You're like, yeah, all right. You're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the tarot, witchy, spiritual kind of stuff, which is totally fine by me. I wasn't expecting it, you know. I wasn't expecting it. It was a shock. I was like, oh, okay, people do really like that. Yeah. So, if I when I do finally manage to get a nice pyrography tool, then I'm going to sort of develop more of those kind of things because those are the things that I sold the most of in terms of pyrography stuff, apart from like commissioned things.
And not burn down the house.
And I go, I haven't done it yet. Not yet.
Right. I tell you what, we'll take a break from talking about you, and let's talk about some other people. Let's have a look at the showcase. Let's jump to the showcase. We're on the right one. Yes, we are on the right one. Let me find the right thing. Go to the right one. Where is it? There. That one there. That's it. There it is. And the thing's working today, so I can go and press it. There we go. I had to play the jingle that QCat gave me. It wasn't working last week, so we couldn't play it. Yeah, it's perfect, QCat. It's perfect. So, guys, every week we do a weekly showcase.
Regret this.
Where everyone can put in the work that they have been doing, any kind of work that they've done, so that we can have a look at it and go, wow, this is amazing, because everyone makes amazing stuff. Doesn't matter what level you're at, if you're right at the beginning or if you're like a master of your craft. We want to see everyone's work because everyone is doing cool, amazing stuff. We want to see what you're doing. Just join Discord and post it into the weekly show off section, and we will put it in for next week's show. So let's have a look at what we've had this week. Up first, from Emily Imagined, we have this wonderful wood carving.
Yeah, this is always. I had a sneak peek before Laser realised I'd had a sneak peek through what you guys had submitted, and yeah, things like this is just so impressive to me. This is carved out of one piece of wood. It's so cool. I wish I could do stuff like that. I was just like, oh, how cool is that?
Yeah.
Just,
it's one
amazing.
One single piece of wood. It's just absolutely, it's really cool. And that's, that takes a bit of skill to get it done, to do it properly without breaking it.
Yeah,
and
exactly. To get the pillars even as well.
Yeah.
And that neat inside is just very, very impressive to me.
Yeah.
Very good job.
Yeah, and hand tools as well. It makes it harder in the first place. And because you can power tool that easy, but doing a hand tool, takes
so
skill.
Cool. Definitely.
So let's do that.
Yeah, my mind is like boggling how you even, I don't know, I can imagine you get sort of half of it done and then you realize that when you do the other half, the part in the middle is just going to move while you're trying to actually carve it. So trying to get my head around that is just quite...
Well, that's the bit, like once you start trying to get the ball bit to work as well, that's also the difficult bit, because once you've cause you've got to kind of carve into it and then try and get that shaped as well without just breaking that and making it too small, because then it just falls out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And just holding it still while you're trying to get the curved edges and everything. Oh my goodness, I just imagine this like series of pulleys and a whole like, elaborate setup.
Totally.
Blue tack, everything, you name it.
Oh, wonderful. Alright, so that is the first one. Up next we have the lovely Pixie Creations doing this pyrography onto paper, the under GSM paper. It's not on wood or anything else. This is paper. Which has not been really set on fire.
Yep. No fires happened here.
Yeah.
It's awesome. First of all, I didn't know you could pyrograph onto paper. I just thought it would incinerate, and so it's obviously on a very, very low setting. And I think Pixie said the paper was 300 msg. It's thick, but it's not actually that thick, really, the paper. So I thought it was awesome. I love the image as well, anyway, because I love all my spiritual stuff and crystals and things like that, and I've got freaking amethyst hanging around my neck right now. I love stuff like this, and I also really like the way it's presented as well. See, this is what I cannot do. I'm like, someone's like, yeah, take a nice photo, and I'm like, all right, there's a skanky tea mug of mine. There you go. And I'm like, yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's like, yeah, we can see like your old manky tea bags in the background of the photo. Like, can you sort it out? So, I don't have the prowess.
We need to give you some lessons. Like that's what we need to do.
Yeah, I do. I need some like presentation lessons. But yeah, I love this. I love all like the vial as well, like the glass vial. It reminds me of like some perfume bottles that I have. And you're just like, what is it? What's in there? Is it good? Is it bad? What is it? What is it? I like it.
I'm loving it. I really do. And like, I'm so again, I'm like super impressed that this can be done on paper. You know, because like to me, you know, doing any pyrography on paper, I'm like, that's just going to just go on fire, or you know, it's going to have a big hole in it.
Yeah.
You know,
I can make a really good treasure map.
But you know, and then just the level of detail that you know she's got into it, you know, because like you know, you've got different levels of shading in there with it as well. It's not just you know one level of burning. It's all you know different levels of burning.
Yeah.
You know. So it's absolutely amazing. Well done, Pixie. Well done. I love it. It's you know
It's really
another
really
amazing
good work.
piece of work. Next up, we have the Drive with an amazing 3D scoreboard. This is the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Yeah, like how. Right. Even though, Mr. Drive, I was here for your whole like. I've seen you like making the like. I can't get my head around it. I was saying to Laser earlier, like I just can't get my head around it. Even though you fully described in your podcast with Laser how like I still can't. I'm like, I can't. It's so good. I mean, it's like that's a lot of work as well that's gone into that. Everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he just takes a picture of the actual thing and just photoshops it in. That's what he does.
It just cuts around the edge
Yeah.
with the lasso. I
Yep.
see you, Drive. I see you. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always awesome. Like I'm just like, how does he get all like? It's so. I don't know. Totally.
Yeah. He's absolutely skilled at doing this. Like getting all the little details in there. You know.
Yeah. I'm just
yeah.
like. I couldn't even get my head around like making it like things like like digital art to me is like still very like you know, don't have a paintbrush in my hand. What am I doing? Like it's a bit weird to me, but I'm trying to get my head around it. But just the fact that, you know, this isn't it's not a flat image. Like this has like you know, you can actually go and see all the other side of it as well. It's just it's mind-boggling to me. I'm just like, wow, this is so cool. And yeah, it's very skillful. And yeah. You have very good skills, mister.
Well done, Drive.
Yeah.
Superb work as always. Up next, we have Q-Cat with his gorgeous
this is
dress.
So cute. How cute is that? That's like the cutest thing.
It's adorable. So adorable. It's black magic again, though.
Yeah. She's just like, yeah, bish bash bosh. Oh, here's like a tiny dress. You didn't see that coming, did you? It is so cute.
Done.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
There's two different things there. There's the green bit's a totally different design from the white bit. I'm like, no, let's just stop it.
Crochet magic.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so cute. It literally is. I was like, I saw that. Like I did so. I'd seen all the other entries in the Discord before, and this wasn't up yet. So this is the first day that I actually saw this. And yeah, my first reaction when I saw it was like, oh, it's so cute. Yeah, like, you know, it like, I don't know, maybe I don't know if it's just me. It probably is. I don't know. But does anyone else, like when the shops used to be open, remember back then, like 3 years ago, however long it was?
Back in the day, before times.
Back in the day when there used to be shops. And there's like, for example, prime example, Next, they have a children's section and they have baby clothes, right? I hope I'm probably the only freaking weirdo who does this, but like, so I go into the shop and then occasionally I'll have a little drift back to the like baby clothes section and I'll just like hold a little jumper and just be like, oh, it's so cute. I don't know if that's because I just like tiny things or what, or if it's just because I'm secretly like, I don't know. God knows, but yeah. So
we'll go with you. Enjoy tiny things.
yeah, I just like tiny little things, and yeah, I know it's just like the tiny little jumpers, and when they have little buttons on them. Oh, what is that all about? It's like, oh, look, they've got their little buttons. I don't know. I've just got problems with it. It's weird, isn't it? My mum makes baby clothes for everybody, and it's just like, I don't mind babies. They're all right, but their clothes are way cuter.
Oh, well, yeah, getting it back in the mum snappy bag is tricky though.
Tiny waistcoats.
Oh. Yep, tiny waistcoats.
It's just something about it. It's just like, oh, like, oh, I don't know, got problems.
For me, it was tiny hats, like the hats, like the little
Tiny hat.
flat caps.
Oh.
Had that when I was doing photography. We one that came in, he had a little tiny flat cap on. Oh my god, he was adorable. Like that was one I just used in my front window for ages. I'm like, no, you're adorable. You're going in my window. Yep.
It is so cute, isn't it? Tiny farm hats. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You're like, oh, are you a farmer? Like, clearly not. Clearly not. But still.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, so another lovely piece of work here from the lovely QCat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you everybody that put in for this week's weekly showcase. If you'd like to be in next week's showcase, go and join the Discord and pop something in the show off section. It can be art, it can be music, it can be anything creative at all. Music, film, game wise, anything at all that you think is creative. We love everything, so throw it in. And as we say, it doesn't need to be like master level. If you're just beginning something, we want to see that as well, because everyone starts somewhere. And we're here to go. Yes, you're doing amazing.
Yep. It's always good to have support when you're starting out doing something, and also to learn from other people. And people are always willing to. What I found, anyways, people are always willing to share how to do things and how to improve on what you've got and what you're doing. It's nice. There's always someone you can learn from, and you never stop learning when you're making stuff anyway. Or, I think that's when you start, if you think that you've learned everything, then you're wrong. No matter how good you are at something, there's always more.
Right. So let's go back. We're not going to talk about you. We're going to talk about the person that runs the stream, really. The guy right behind you there. Mr. Derek.
Mr. Derek.
Mr. Derek. So how did Derek come about?
So I actually made Derek years ago. I made him from a sock monkey kit that I got. And when I made it, my mum said to me, "Oh, those socks are a bit too nice to make into a monkey, don't you think?" So he actually has his birth certificate with him when I created him. And so some Derek trivia. He was originally called Derek the Pirate. He's a pirate, Jay. And he was born on the 28th of January in 2013. And I am his registered keeper as well on there, on his birth certificate. But yeah, he's got an earring as well. He's got like,
because he has to.
yeah, he has.
Yeah.
He's rolling with the homies,
Aye.
and yeah, I'm not entirely sure exactly where it started. Oh yes, I am. So, okay, so Derek didn't actually make any appearance on any stream at all. Like, no way. And I'm at the beginning of lockdown last year, I made these videos on my Instagram um of basically my hypothetical self dealing with lockdown and my higher self just basically berating me for being foolish. And one episode, like the first, I think it was the first one I ever made, I thought it'd be funny to be like, oh, we're at a party and there's a DJ. And I was like, Derek can just go and be the DJ. And like, I think the line was something like, can't go home yet. Derek's DJing tonight, and then it just cut to this like video of like Derek DJing. And I didn't think anything of it at all. I just thought it was just like something I could pop in the video. And literally everyone was like, I need Derek in my life. Derek, I need to know more about Derek. And everyone was obsessed with Derek. I was like, damn, I didn't realize people were so like into Derek. So yeah, Derek like blew up out of this stupid video that he did, which wasn't even supposed to be about Derek at all. Story of my life. And then yeah, so he became a thing, and everybody kept coming to my stream asking me about Derek and where Derek was, and I was like, well, it's nice to see that you come to see how I am. Um, and yeah, everybody was in love with him, and everybody wants to date Derek. It's really a thing now. So I decided that he could become his own emote, and then we did a sock monkey make with me, which is also on my YouTube channel as well. So you can make your own sock monkey, and yeah, these are just four, but loads of other people made sock monkeys as well. And and also the thing that made me make them as well as a make with me really randomly was because my friend Addy, he's a TV presenter, and he phoned me the halfway through this lockdown period, and he was like, I'm looking for people to feature on my Instagram stories. I'm doing things for people to do during, during this lockdown, and things they can do with their kids and all this sort of stuff. And he was like, you make stuff, make something, do something. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like on this like Instagram story with Addy, which was really surreal. So people might know who he is. He was a Paralympian basketball player for the UK, and he competed in the Athens Olympics with the British Paralympian basketball team. And yeah, he presents like sports programs at Paralympics, and he does like some documentaries as well. And yeah, so it was a bit surreal because I didn't, but it was like it was good in the end, because I thought, oh, okay, well, because I've half made this thing for Instagram, I might as well just do the whole thing and make the YouTube video for it, and then he'll post that up anyway on his Insta stories or whatever. And yeah, and then it ended up doing it on the as a make with me for that month. And loads of people didn't rewatched back the YouTube and made their own, and then also tagged me in loads of photos afterwards. So these were the ones that were made during the stream, and then there was another load of sock monkeys that happened after the stream. So there's
Brilliant.
like hordes and broods of sock monkeys everywhere. Yeah, it's a thing. You have to have a sock monkey now. I'll
Totally.
show you how to make one.
These are brilliant. I love it. And DJ Derek is just one of the, he's another highlight of your stream. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody loves Derek, which is great.
Yeah. It's not just the reason why people come at your stream, though. He's just part of the reason. He helps get people through the door.
Yeah, he's the entertainment. He's the one spinning the discs at the back.
Exactly. You just redeem a DJ Derek. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah, make his own spin-off stream and just
just have him playing music all the time. Aye. Yeah. Totally. Oh, brilliant. So we'll go back to some of the other things that you've been making kind of in scale modelling style. This lovely Zen garden.
I made that for Tad for his birthday.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I didn't get I don't know if I sent through the photo. I might not. I probably didn't. I ended up adding pink blossom to the tree. But I basically made everything from scratch apart from the round bead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I sculpted the Buddha and everything. There he is. Yeah, and then I made the pond, and it's got like loads of rocks and things in it as well. And yeah, again, it's made out of like lollipop sticks and cocktail sticks.
Did you use resin with that one as well?
Yeah, that one's got resin as the water. Yeah, so I do sometimes use resin. Not very often. Yeah, occasionally I will for like water effects and things like that. And because I work quite small, I just have a surplus of it left over, so it's gone a long way for I use like one of those little plastic shot glasses to mix it because that's how much I use. So it's tiny.
Yeah, you don't need much, do you?
No, and it's done. It's like, oh, it's full already. There we go. Bish bash bosh. Look at that.
Sorry, easy.
Yeah.
But you did you say you sculpted the Buddha as well? Did you say?
Yeah. So I couldn't find anything that was Buddha-esque, so I was like, I'll just make it then.
That's amazing. Like the detail on that. It's stunning.
But yeah, that was super fun. But yeah, that was a birthday present for Tad. He really enjoys Zen gardens and being in his Zen. So yeah, I thought it would. It's I don't. This is really bad at like capturing how small things are, but it's probably like that big. Like it's 16. I think it's like 14 centimeters long, the entire base. Yeah, like the size of a small ruler.
So very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a size banana. I do.
Totally need the banana for scale. Because there's no nail for scale on this one.
No, exactly. I that's where my downfall is. I'm not very good at showing the scale, so people are like they don't realize how small the thing is. That is definitely my downfall on that.
You can kind of get an idea just because you've got it on the mat thing. So you can kind of figure out, that each one of them is about a centimetre or something.
It's a Hasbro WF WWE character repainted.
Llama, is that what it is? Right.
Yeah. I've been addicted to watching wrestling right at the moment. It's bad.
Nothing wrong with that. What is it? New wrestling, old wrestling? What are you getting into?
No, it's like circa 2000.
Oh, so the best period of wrestling or the worst, depending on.
I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember this. Oh yeah, I remember this. And I'm just like addicted.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. We'll enjoy a bit of wrestling at that during those times. It's the heyday of it.
Exactly, it was good times. It was.
Oh, brilliant! So yeah, I love this. This is really cool. And I'm still in awe about the sculpting job here as well. Yeah,
I was quite surprised at myself because I'm not very good at sculpting with like clay. That's definitely a weak point.
You're sure that it's not a weak point there.
Yeah, it was a challenge because I'm not used to doing it. I don't do it very often. You see those miniature like polymer clay artists and things on Instagram and what have you, and they make like little frappuccinos and whatnot. And every single time I'm just like, how they make what? How they do that? I can't do it for toffee. I made some pumpkins. I was like, yeah, I made some pumpkins, and I put them on Instagram. And then like this other video came up on Instagram of this person making pumpkins, and they actually look like they were pulled out of the ground. Well, they're not pulled out of the ground, pulled up from the top of the ground. Sorry. And I'm just like, all right, well, I tried, didn't I? I tried.
But you need to stop comparing yourself to other people, though.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, especially when the algorithm is like, "Oh, I see you just posted that video. Maybe you might want to check this one out where they do it properly." And you're like, "Oh, right, Instagram with your freaking."
Yeah, they like to be mean about that, don't they, on Instagram?
You're just like, turn that off.
Yeah. Totally.
I swear, it's just out to get you. It's like, oh, that was cute. What about this? You're like, oh, yeah, well. Oh, this was salt dough. Oh, hang on, I have the actual finished hand here.
Oh, you've got the finished product. There we go. We're going to see.
Yeah,
see
it's on
it
my
finished.
bookshelf.
Oh, salt dough.
It's on my.
I love doing this with the kids when I worked in nurseries. This was always fun.
This was fun because you could literally make anything out of it. So yeah, but that's the hand. It's actually gold. I know it's kind of difficult to see in the light.
You can see the gold. Yep.
But yeah, that's my.
It's gorgeous.
Whoosh.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. I wanted to make the other one as well, but I was like, actually, just one is fine. Just one is fine. But yeah, that was a make with me as well. I think I sent a lot of make with me stuff over.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was to make with everybody. And there were some that were just incredible, like salt dough. So one of my moderators.
Sorry, just llama. So many viewers died from eating Trizzcat along supply list.
I told him not to eat it, but I mean, you can only say something so many times.
There so many people died of salt poisoning that day.
Yeah, it's like it's like a where your palms are where your energy kind of irradiates from. So when you meditate, and that was what it was supposed to kind of represent for me, was like the ham's a hand, yes. And I think this is gonna look, oh gosh, everything is so weird, but I'm gonna just look like a weirdo. I just have hands everywhere. What is up with this? I've even got a hand emote. What is going on? That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I never realized this before.
You've got a hand obsession. We won't say anything.
No talk, just hands.
Yeah.
Someone else called it. But it's true though. That one of my moderators her builder name is T-Tech. Her screen name is Tizia D, and I swear, every time we do a make with me, I do that, and she's like, yeah, I'm making mine, and she'll send me a photo of what she's made, and it is just absolutely incredible. Every single time, it's just like, wow, it's amazing. And her salt dough decorations that she did, she used herbs and things that she used in her cooking, and she imprinted them on her salt dough. Um, and then after she baked them, she carefully painted them. They all had holes in them, so she threaded them up in her kitchen, uh, and she used them. Uh, I can, I can only, they're like small discs she made. It's very understated, but so beautiful. And yeah, she's every time as well, she's always like, oh, I didn't quite have this thing, so I replaced it with this. Will that be all right? I'm like, yeah, it's fine, it's gonna be fine. And then she comes, and she posts a photo, and you're like, stop trolling me with, oh, I didn't have this. Like, you made that amazing. Get out.
Love it. Love it.
Stop hustling me, woman.
It's the fun thing when you do these make-alongs. You just kind of have people that go, oh yeah, I'll just make this, and then you're like, oh
it's
yeah,
not that good. And
Yeah.
then she's like, freaking hustling me. And it's like the best thing I've ever seen. I'm like, stop hustling me.
But yeah, you love seeing what everyone's making, though, don't you? That's the thing.
I do. I'm very interested in what people have made. And I like seeing people's work. Like, it doesn't matter if, they think it's good, bad, or whatever. I like seeing any kind of thing like that. I just think anybody expressing themselves creatively and doing something, that they've, focused on, and it, for me, that just is quite, how do you say it? Endearing, I suppose. And I feel like it's therapeutic as well for people. I know people get stressed out when they're making stuff sometimes, and they beat themselves up when they can't do it. But when they like take a step back and relax, and then they do actually do it, and you say, well, what do you've done it though. And they take a moment to realize that they have actually done it, and then they kind of, I don't know, it makes everything, they sort of feel more accomplished, which is how I like to make people feel like they've actually achieved something and that they should be proud of what they've done. So yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy trying to get people to, be proud of what they've made, regardless of the skill level that they have. Yeah.
For the fence as well, I love most is people's excitement about the projects. It feeds my soul. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Nadine said it a lot better than I I articulated it. But yeah, definitely. I think it's really lovely.
And it's it's that bit where you've tried it, you might not think you've done the best job, and even when you look at some other people's, and you're like, oh yeah, they've done amazing, and they've done amazing. You're like, yeah, it's all right, but you've tried and you've done it, and rather than I've just not even attempted it, I've just watched someone doing it. There's that difference. Like you do that if you do a make along, and you're like, oh, I've tried it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm there's that sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, definitely.
If it's a mess.
Well, yeah, there's it shows people as well what their skills are, which they didn't ever really think that they had.
Yeah.
Which sounds like, well, you know what skills you have, but some people actually don't. Like, for example, when we do the sewing ones, I try not to do so many sewing ones because I feel like there's quite a lot of sewers and like fiber artists on Twitch. So I kind of just try and stay kind of back from that a bit. Just because I don't want to, infiltrate on, what they're doing. But I find that, somebody who did a make along where it was involving painting and they felt that what they created was really weak, they'll do like a sewing one and they'll be like, oh yeah, I've sewn it already. I'm like, oh, I'm the one running this and I'm not even finished. What? And they'll be incredible at certain things and you know uh and I think it's really nice for them to realize that, although, there's a wide range of things that you can do, when you finally actually realize what your strengths are in making things, I think it's nice for people to realize that in themselves. They go, oh, well, this is what I'm really good at as well. So, and it gives people an opportunity to reawaken those things.
Totally. Now, there's a story that you need to tell everyone, all about the pigeon.
Oh, the pigeon. Oh, freaking hell. Oh, rumps.
There he is.
So I got gifted a pigeon emote. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Let me see if I've got it. I've got to find that freaking pigeon emote. Right. They're saying it's a crow. It's not. That's a freaking pigeon. I'm telling you.
That's
a pigeon.
It's totally a pigeon.
So this one time while I was doing something, I don't even know what I was doing. A pigeon fell down my chimney.
Poor pigeon.
And I had to take off the panel during the stream. The dust. There was this huge dust cloud that just like through the stream, and it literally filled my entire kitchen. I was choking on it. It was horrible. I was like, I don't even know what the heck just happened. I have no idea. I thought my neighbors had poured something down the freaking back of their chimney and it had come through the wall or something. I don't know what had happened. I was like going a bit spare. And it was a freaking pigeon. And we finally realized it was a pigeon when it was silent for ages, and then all of a sudden it started trying to get out. And so I unscrewed the panel on the wall. There's no other access apart from this tiny little scabby hole. I had to move all the toolbox and everything out of the way. And then I couldn't reach my hand in to get it because the hole was too small. And it took about 2 days, and then it finally came out after abusing the neighbors throughout. They deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve it. Trust me. The way that man screams at his children, they deserve it. So anyway, the pigeon was like I didn't really know what to do. I called my landlord, and he was just sort of like, well, can't you just put your hand in and get it? I was like, no, it's a pigeon. I'll probably need a rabies shot afterwards. Like, what? Like, are you freaking nuts? I'm sticking my hand in there to manhandle a pigeon. Like, they've got quite sharp, like, talons, and it'll be scared, and it will probably hurt itself. And then if that pigeon dies from stress while I'm trying to get it out of the freaking chimney, and then I accidentally drop it, then I've got a dead pigeon to deal with, and I can't be doing with that. I'm afraid it's just not going to happen. I was like, you need to come and get it out. Anyway, so he turns up after, like, I reckon what happened was his wife was like, you realize that you can't actually leave a pigeon in there. It's against the law to leave an alive animal in like fallen down a thing. It's against the Wildlife Act. So he, like, eventually he came round with his wife's marigolds on, but fur lined, by the way, like the fluffy feather boa trim. These pink rubber gloves and a Henry Hoover, and he had some other kind of, I don't know, some kind of poking stick or something. And I was like, what the heck are you going to do with that? Um, and he proclaimed that he could get his hand in the hole. I was like, yeah, we can't grab a full pigeon, hold its wings to the sides carefully, and then pull it out without hurting it. And he said, no, probably not. I was like, well, then there you go. And so he eventually the pigeon came out on its own. And it had a freak out moment when it came out. So you can see it poking its head out in the picture there. And I was trying to get it to, towel and then release it so it didn't hurt itself. Oh my goodness, it was so I don't know, it was stressful. And then this guy comes around with pink marigolds on and a freaking Hoover, and he shoves the Hoover down the freaking hole in the, I don't know, in the fireplace or whatever. He loses half of the Hoover down the chimney as well. And then,
no.
so there's a flat below me, and he just like so he goes, well, I don't know where it could have gone. I was like, to the flat below. Like, come on, man. You own the building. Surely you know that there's a flat below. He was like, well, I just don't know where the end of the Hoover's gone. And I was like, to the flat below. Like, for crying out loud, man. So he's there for like even longer trying to rescue this bit of Hoover. And yeah, I'm just trying to get him, like, when you're just trying to get someone to leave, like, yeah, like, please, you just made the whole situation worse, and now we have bits of Hoover stuck in the wall. Can you just leave? Like, your wife is going to be very upset that you're, like, she's now missing not only her marigolds, but also half of the Hoover that you've decided to bring with you. I was just like, for crying out loud.
Oh, brilliant.
So, yeah. Poor little pigeon. He became a bit of a meme.
Yep, just a little bit.
Poor guy.
It was fine. Got out.
Yeah.
Escaped. No thanks to your landlord.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, thank goodness he finally got out. But yeah, I had to sort of coax him out. I tried to coax him out with food after he calmed down. There was a point where I thought he died, and I had to make a camera. I used a coat hanger and a webcam, and sort of fed it down the hole with this old click battery torch to get some light to see if he was still alive. I think I posted the video somewhere. There is a video of him, and he's just sort of like at the bottom of the chimney. I was like, well, he's still alive, so that's a good sign. Yep. Oh my gosh, that was so stressful. I was like, there's a freaking pigeon in the chimney. Why?
You keep your streams interesting. That's what you do. Because I just remember us spending a good half of Llama's stream one day after that, trying to look up the rules for birds and all that as well. So you could suit your landlord. These are the rules.
Yep, it's actually illegal to leave a live animal knowing that it is fully live behind in a chimney chimney. So yeah, that was fun. And all they kept saying to me was, well, it's never happened before. I was like, that doesn't mean it hasn't happened though, does it?
Hot tub streamers can now rent a pigeon for a week as content.
They wish they had pigeon content.
Yeah, it's, they've got to pay you royalties for that.
Yeah, I don't need a hot tub. I've got pigeons. Yeah. Got it all. Never a dull moment.
Oh, totally never a dull moment. I would say you don't just do crafty stuff. You were doing, other crazy stuff as well. Did a half day of play.
Yes. Yeah. I did a marathon, a charity marathon. Misty, holla. Yeah, I did a charity marathon, which was actually a community points challenge as well, and I donated it to Gosh, which is Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, for anyone who's unaware of that. Um, and a lot of people who actually came into my stream who were community members as well. A lot of them had actually been to Gosh themselves, and there were quite a few people who, as children, had spent a lot of time at Great Ormond Street Hospital. So I did a variety stream. I did some baking. Baking. That was a fail. You can see highlights of this stream on my channel. I've highlighted the entire thing. The baking is the first thing. You can see me break a whisk, ruin everything. I successfully made butterbeer by pouring cream soda into a cup and calling that a day. And then we did some games with friends. We did some Triz Brother House in The Sims, and some music requests. We did some Twitch things, and that was a thing. We did a voice competition for an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression competition.
Can we hear your
That
Arnold
was
Schwarzenegger?
hilarious. Yeah, we did some retro gaming where I basically just stabbed Mothy in Streets of Rage for an hour or so. Still has forgiven me for that. And
Just keep
Oh, and then
stabbing.
yeah, we did some Spyro, we did some songs and singing, and altogether, I raised £815, I think it was,
Amazing.
for Great Ormond Street,
That's
which
brilliant.
was than I thought I was going to raise. I thought I had a goal of like 500, and then I raised £800, well, over £800, which was amazing. So yeah, I did that in September.
So you've amassed yourself a lovely community over on your channel. Yeah, that's the thing there. You know, because you've got your, you know, the people from your Tomb Raiders side, you've got your crafty folk, you've got your music side, you know, and you've amalgamated them all kind of together, which is really lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I'm very, very fortunate. I have a lot of very gentle and caring people who like to come over to the streams, and they like to chill and they like to chat about random stuff. And yeah, they're very, very cute, and they're very wholesome people.
Yep, that they are.
I
Fun.
do. I truly appreciate them all. I'm like, yeah, I know what my target audience is. Like, you know, it's you know, it's mostly gay men. I don't know how that's happened, but
Right? Nothing wrong with that.
but yeah, I'm just like, yep, that's cool. I wasn't expecting it, but that's how it's happened. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, well, this is how we roll. So yeah. I got I've got a freaking work for Kylie.
Right,
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're British Kylie now.
They're iconic to me though. All of those lads. They are literally knights in their shining armor. They really are though. They are like, they're so supportive, and they're very how do you say it? They say things how they are, which sometimes you're like, whoa, don't do that. But it's good because it means that, you know, there's no nonsense, which is nice. You're not gay and you snapped me up.
You said mostly.
Mostly. Yeah. I've got everybody's a queen.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, I like it.
Look at this. We're going back to super tiny again.
Teeny weenies.
Oh, look at these tiny. Like, are these even smaller?
Those are actually larger than what I normally
All right.
make. Those are 1/48 scale. Yeah, 1/48 scale.
All right.
So I purchased those are 3D printed, the toilet and the bath.
All right.
And I purchased those from another miniaturist. And then I made the kitchen myself from scratch,
All right.
and the chaise lounge and everything. Because there was just no way for me to make a bathtub. I tried, but yeah, it was just very difficult to do without the aid of a 3D printer, which I just don't have that. So yeah, but it was nice to support another miniaturist dollhouse maker anyway. And yeah, I sent her photos. I was like, I'm so pleased with this. It looks amazing. Yeah, so yeah, that dollhouse is still a work in progress. Because it's sort of like I've got I don't know, I have to have a break from things. Otherwise, you know what I was saying earlier about me like just working for 13 hours straight and not eating or sleeping or drinking or anything. And then I look up and I'm like, you know, my hair's like this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what has happened? What day is it? And that's not healthy. So so yeah, I need to like I try to do little but often rather than one big slog. But it's difficult to get to do that because I get really involved in what I'm doing. But yeah, the kitchen I did actually make on stream.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. It's, again, detail, just all the bits, in your rustic style.
I do like things a little bit wonky.
Of that diorama look up and man has landed on Mars. Yep.
That's literally what happened. I'm like, wait, it's Thursday. Last thing I remember, it was Sunday. I'm like, oh dear. Yeah, it always happens to me. I don't know I don't know what day it is hardly.
Do we need to know what day it is yet? We're still in lockdown. It's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's that day. It's the day, but it's the day after the other day. It's fine.
Yeah. The dentist phoned me. They're like, "Oh, it's your 6-month appointment has come up." I'm like, "Already? I was only there like a week ago." And they're like, "No, you were there 6 months ago." I was like, "Oh, what? Really? I was?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that went quick. All right."
Then they like,
if you say so.
Like, yeah. So, have you had COVID? No, that's fine. You can come.
That's literally what the receptionist. His name's Steve. It's like, you ain't got COVID, have you? I'm like, no. And he's like, all right then. She's upstairs waiting for you. I'm like, all right. Dental appointment done.
Yeah. It's that weirdness now. Like, yeah. Anyway, you go anywhere. Have you had COVID? No, that's fine then. Okay.
I know. Such a thorough checking system.
Yeah. Check your temperature. Like.
Yeah, just a little beep beep beep. Yeah.
Now look at these super cool pumpkins that you made.
I like my pumpkins.
These are amazing. I love these. And I love folk that can carve pumpkins like that.
Yeah, I do like carving pumpkins quite a lot. I find it really fun.
Like this guy here is just so expressive. Yeah, proper kind of blue steel in it.
Yeah, I love his little squishy face.
Super.
Yeah. One of them was like a zombie top right hand one was that was a commissioned one, for like a zombie walk. So yeah, I can carve, I can't sculpt. That's weird, isn't it? I don't
Yeah.
know if that is weird, but yeah, carving, I can do it. I love carving, but sculpting, I can't get my head around it. It's weird. I can do it, but not as good as I can carve. Yeah, I would say it's weird.
It's
But yeah,
it's it,
I love
yeah.
carving pumpkins.
It's
So much
that,
fun.
it's that bit of, some people are, I guess, it can add, can get that adding, or for like Lama's saying there, is that the subtractive, where you can, where you want to take stuff away from, it's easier for
Yeah.
some brains to get.
Yeah, I can visualize where the furthest point out is and where the first point in is. I can visualize that a lot easier when I'm removing material
Yeah.
rather than adding to it. But yeah, I just find doing pumpkins super, super fun. Like I don't know, I've always been very much like I like drawing faces and things like that. I'm not, I I just like really funny looking faces, I suppose.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Like I want people to look at them and be like, "Oh, look at that!"
And bish bosh, £5,000 sold. Aye.
Bish bash bush.
Aye.
Yeah, do I love it?
And then you got a lovely painting. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder who that belongs to. So yeah, this was based on Elizabeth's sub cabin. And yeah, so I did I did a larger painting of it. It's 50 by 50 on a canvas. I did.
She's a proper
And
artist.
yeah, I know. This is what I mean. Like people are like, "Oh, you actually do stuff. What?
Aye.
I never seen you do nothing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Just because she just talks on stream, she's actually doing this. Why, in that space that you don't see.
I'm like,
Right.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? Like literally, everyone's like, "Oh, wow, okay. I didn't realize that you actually did stuff. I thought you just sat there and drank tea and chatted." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do that a lot." But then in between that, I actually slogged my butt off.
Right.
So yeah, no one gets to see that.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. I love it.
But yeah, that was really fun to do. That was a couple of weeks of work.
It would be.
In between a few other things. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yep. Is that 5 stars? 5 stars, Elizabeth. Totally.
5-star review.
There we go. Perfect. Now, here's something cool. Check out this. Check out all this. A spiral staircase. A spiral staircase. You were showing this off in your latest YouTube video, weren't you?
Yeah, so I made a YouTube video for that. Finally, it's taken forever to do it because I was procrastinating on doing the voiceover.
Yeah.
Because I did the voiceover like 5 times, and then I was like, I hate it. So, but I finally got it. I finally did it. But yeah, this is 1/12 scale, so this is a bit larger than the cabins. But yeah, if anybody wants to know how to make a 1/12 scale spiral staircase, which there isn't actually any other tutorials on unless you have a laser cutter. So I made it so you can make it without a laser cutter, and it's literally using paper, some basswood, and cocktail sticks. That's pretty much it. there's some wood filler, but that's about it. Yeah, and then the kitchen as well. Yeah, it's for my dollhouse project, which is a different dollhouse. Basically, I live in a house full of dollhouses. It's dollhouseception right here. Yeah, and this is like a ski lodge, kind of modern-esque ski lodge. And then the chair, the little tiny chair, is like a cork. There's a champagne cork chair challenge, right? I didn't know this. It happens every year, just after New Year's Eve. And the challenge is to make a chair from no more than 2 corks and the foil and the casing of a champagne bottle. So yeah, have a look into that challenge.
That was amazing.
So yeah, I made this teeny weeny little like kind of modern, like I suppose 60s contemporary style chair, I suppose it is. But yeah, I just I think I did that on stream. That was cute. I was like, yeah, I've got to do my challenge. I've got to do my chair challenge.
And just whip out 2 corks and just go and make a chair, you know.
I did. I used the cork from the champagne that I had on my New Year's Eve stream.
Brilliant. That was,
But
it's you know, was it just 1 cork that you used, or was it?
Yeah, I think I just used the 1. I didn't use 2.
Yeah.
I had another cork in situ just in case. But yeah, I just ended up using 1 because I just wanted it to look like those 60s. Like I guess they're kind of Scandi type chairs.
Yeah.
I wanted it to look like that. I think we chose the chair on stream as well. We're like, what chair? This chair. Let's go. And we just did it.
There you go. Sorted.
Bish bash bosh.
Yep.
Done.
$5,000. It's proper $5,000, this one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we roll.
Yep. Totally. Yeah. And you hit a big milestone recently as well. 1,000 followers.
I did.
1,000 followers. Well done.
Yeah, I didn't even think I was even gonna have like 1 follower ever. Like, I remember when it like, I don't know, ticked over, and I was like, what the heck? So I did a Barbie day.
Which is perfect. It was absolutely perfect. It was amazing. So I remember the day that you brought all your Barbies out on stream many moons ago.
Yes, I did. Did.
All the other toys as well, but the Barbies mainly.
Yeah, I moved house and I had to clear out my mum's loft, and I found all this stuff. And it was Sylvanians, Barbies, Cindy's, clothes, retro dollhouse furniture, and I just showed it all on stream. And that was when I still had. I think I was about half. I had maybe 200 followers, and I was like, wow, I've got 200 followers. That's amazing. And then it just went a bit mental after that, even more mental. So yeah, I thought I'd do a little like homage, because that was about the same time of year, I think, to when I did the 1,000 follower special. Yeah, I think it worked out as just about a year, because I just moved house, which was in January. And yeah, so I must have got the box out during February or March. So yeah, I thought it was only right. And also, when I hit 1,000 followers that day, Barbie came out as well. So
it was meant to be.
Like, yeah, I was like, well, there you go. I got to.
And yeah, you looked perfect. You were Barbie. Yeah, you had the lipstick.
Yeah. I did. I had Barbie outfit changes as well.
Yep. And all the games. Did you enjoy playing them all?
Yeah, oh my gosh, there was one. where you have to catch the fireflies in a jar. I have never felt so much rage trying to get fireflies in a jar. Oh, that was so annoying because you couldn't move the jar with the lid open. So you had to
Oh
like
no.
move the jar and then open the lid. Oh God, that was so annoying. Like, who made this? Mattel.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Yeah, that was fun though. It was definitely fun.
Oh.
It was a good day.
Oh. And, it was a fun stream to watch. I was just looking in I was looking in the background, just laughing all through it.
I swear to God, like Barbie Explorer is the hardest game ever made. So, but I'm now dedicated to training as a Barbie Explorer speedrunner because there's 2 spaces left on the top 10 on speedrun.com for Barbie Explorer, which means only that like not that many people have ever speedrun it. So it doesn't even matter what time I get, I'll still be on the leaderboard.
You're sorted then.
So I'm just like, yeah, I'm good with that. Training commence.
Yeah, you're gunning for the number 1 spot though, aren't you? Totally.
Yeah, it's gonna take me about 7 years, but I'm up for that world record. If any world record is worth having, surely it's there.
Of course, yeah. You have to find that you'll find that there's proper training programs for this or something out there.
Oh, and
mods
2
and
of
all
the
that.
speedrunners turned up to the stream.
All right,
I don't know if you saw.
I missed that. I might miss that bit.
Yeah, they're like, oh, so you planning on doing any speedruns of this in the future? I'm a professional Barbie Explorer speedrun. I was like, damn, okay. What?
Oh, brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah. As you do. You're a professional.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Go for
Pros.
it. Oh, brilliant. Hopefully this picture is going to show because it's looking like it's gone weird on here. Yes, it's gone weird.
No.
What's going on? No. What's going on with these pictures today? What's going on? Oh, let me have to download them all again. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
I sent them all like this, guys. I was like, yeah, have fun. No.
Let's bring it in. The right thing there.
It looks like a bad Photoshop filter.
Yeah. There we go. Fixed it.
Yay!
Yeah, there we go.
Awesome. Yeah, this is my spoopy house, which I made for Halloween over October for craft streams. Yeah, I made a little kind of spooky house. I still haven't finished it. Well, I have, but I haven't. I don't know that I am.
Yeah, when did you know that you were awesome?
I don't know that I am.
You are. You have to remember. You have to know that now, because you are one of the most awesome people here on Twitch.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like making stuff. I don't know. I just like making stuff. But yeah, I think now I figured out how to like wire up LEDs and stuff. I'm gonna make it light up. It's like, yeah, I learned how to do that because I made a book for QCat. Yeah, I made a book nook for QCat, and I learned how to wire up LEDs properly and do electrics properly. So I'm gonna revisit the spooky house and wire it up, and it's gonna have a little tiny switch in the back. It'll probably just run on a a little watch battery rather than a huge battery pack, because it won't need it with one LED. You just need a little tiny 3-volt.
Missed that one. Stick it in there.
Yeah, the Trizzcat me. Yeah, so me and Nadine actually live really, really close to each other. Like, I'm really not that far. Yeah, we are. We're yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's what
If
you
I
need to be
just
doing.
drive straight up, I
Right.
can I get there in not long.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we need a collab. Totally need a collab.
Gotta drive past to get to the Maker's Fair. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, well then. Yeah. You're just getting kidnapped now. That's what's happening.
That's all right. I'm all right with it.
Right. Perfect.
I'm all good with it. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you know, that spooky house is amazing. It really is. I love it. Yeah.
It was cool to make. It's definitely different from what I normally do, because obviously
Yeah.
I don't do spooky stuff,
Mhm.
because that's quite niche in miniatures. It's in itself is that there's a lot of miniaturists who make spooky things and horror-based things, which isn't usually what I make. But because it was October and spooky, I even turned my crafting mat over to the spooky side. So it was on the spooky color side. Yeah. This is how much I think about completely inane stuff.
You're always thinking about the details. and that's
Obsessing about it,
yeah.
and then just decide to change it 5 minutes before my stream, and I'm like, wait, I'm gonna be late. I just really needed to do this.
And this is when you're like, about your photos, you're like, you're like 70% of the way there, because that's the thing about the photos. Most of it is about the details.
Yeah, I wish I had somebody who had like a good photographic eye to really help me with that. I studied photography.
Now you're 20 minutes away from Feathered Phoenix. And
Yeah.
her.
Help me with the photos. Yeah, it's shifty. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, I did study photography, but it's one of those areas of like my sort of creative side which is weak compared to other things.
It's one of those things. You pick it up as you go again. Like once if you don't do it enough, you kind of start to lose it a bit, and but you can once you figure things out, and people point out some little bits and pieces that you can do, you start figuring it out.
Yeah, I feel like I need to find something that works, and then like use that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, oh God. I'm like, I don't know, I took a photo of it, and it's like, yeah, but you need to. So I've been trying, but I'm still just. I get annoyed at myself because I can't capture it how I want to capture it, if that makes sense. So, like when I look at it with my eyes, I want to just be able to take a photo with my eyes and put what I can see onto the screen. But obviously, that isn't possible yet, not without having like a microchip in my eyeball, which I'm not prepared to do.
Yet.
But yeah.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Okay, we're going to jump on to the most difficult question of the night. What is your favourite DOOTNOOT?
Right, okay, so this is very, very, very specific for me. Um, because yeah, okay. So I have there's a if you're not in the UK, there's a shop called Sainsbury's, right? And they have to be Sainsbury's ones. I don't know why. Like, I don't even really shop at Sainsbury's, but Sainsbury's do raspberry filled donuts in a little brown bag, and they're freshly baked and they're covered with sugar, and that's it. Like, they don't have any like frosting or icing or sprinkles or anything like that. Um, because most donuts, if they have jam in them, they have strawberry jam, and I'm really, really allergic to strawberries. And Sainsbury's were the only place where you could get raspberry filled donuts. And so if I have a donut, I have a raspberry one. And also, I put it in the microwave as well. I heat it up so it's hot.
First time I've heard about getting the a microwaved raspberry doughnut. Nice, nice.
Yeah, it has to be warm.
Has to be warm. Right. They do taste better warm though. That is the thing. Yeah.
They go all soft.
Yeah.
But also another random thing. You gotta heat them up a bit. You can obviously heat them up in the oven, but it's good to just give them a little blast in the microwave for 10 seconds. No, like, you don't want any more. You don't want to create lava in this. And if you microwave them too long as well, they go hard.
Or explode.
Yeah. But my best friend, she runs a donut stall. I don't know if I've ever actually told anybody this, but she runs a donut stall and candy floss. I'm terrible at making candy floss sticks, by the way. I tried it one time and it just kept falling off the stick, and she was like, "You'll get it." I was like, "It's been 10 years, Ruthie, I'm not gonna get it." And she's like, "Ah, it's not that bad." I'm like, "Just stop trying to make me feel good, all right?" But my donuts, so there's this you mix up the batter, and then you pop it in this big silver, like this. Well, I suppose it's actually, it's not silver, is it? It's that's what color it is. It's got a winding handle, and it plops the donuts, perfect rings, into a hot fat fryer. And there's an art to keeping the rings. You have to twizzle them. So when you've popped your donuts in the fryer, you have this long metal rod, and you have to twizzle them. Otherwise, they expand over their holes, and then you don't get a perfect ring donut. And then you pull them out with your twizzle stick, you drain them, and then you flash them in sugar and pop them in a bag. Buy for £2. Bish bash bosh.
Oh, amazing! Now you've got to convince your friend.
Really hot. They're super hot.
Super hot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you've got to convince your friend to change the name to DOOTNOOT. That's next what you need to do. Yeah.
She's been through them all. She used to do potatoes, and now she does DOOTNOOTs and candy floss. And popcorn as well. But yeah, so all the sugary things. Nougat and penny sweet. DOOTNOOT Twizzler. Yeah, that's what we call it. You got to twizzle your DOOTNOOTs.
Yeah, twizzle them. Give them a twizzle. Totally twizzle them out.
Otherwise you'd lose your ring. And
Don't want to lose that ring. Totally.
No, exactly.
Oh, brilliant.
You don't want to lose the hole in your donut. But yeah, so that's a special skill of mine.
Yeah. So we learned that you are a DOOTNOOT maker.
I haven't done it for a while now. But
damn it, COVID.
Yeah, it's difficult to make filled donuts when you're in a van, like a food van in the middle of a field. But
it's the hole you'll never find it again.
Exactly.
Yeah, everyone's wanting DOOTNOOTs now. Everyone wants DOOTNOOTs. There we go. We'll just drop some. There we go, everyone. There's your DOOTNOOTs. There you go. Have them all. Catch them quick. All Now, could you suggest for us some amazing streamers that we should all be checking out? Because,
I can indeed. Yeah. So, I didn't want to go with super obvious everybody in the TLC because we're already here. So I thought I'd do was go for some streamers that people may not have heard of within this kind of makers community, because obviously my community branches over Tomb Raider quite a lot. So one in particular, Izzy Noodles. And the reason I chose Izzy Noodles was because not only does Izzy play a variety of games and she lets her community choose what game she's going to be playing, she is also an artist and she's also a maker as well. So she does some art and craft streams. She does nail art as well, and she's a very talented painter. And been trying to encourage her to do that more on stream. And when she does do it on stream, she has a similar kind of aesthetic where it's very relaxed and she has this relaxing music on and she just paints and gets on with it. And is really nice and wholesome to be in. And she also does walkthroughs of games as well. So, if anybody is interested in gaming as well, then yeah, it's a very nice place to be. And yeah, she's very chilled and meticulous, I would say. Like, I know they sound contradicting, but she plans out her approach very well. And it's very precise what she's doing and very well thought out. So everything has a reason to be done. Which is what I really like about it, because that's the complete opposite to me. I'm like, I don't know what's happening, and nothing gets done. And so I kind of like the opposite, where Izzy has got everything very planned, and it's nice and relaxed, and
wonderful.
I feel secure there, and which kind of balances out the my sporadicness. So yeah, I do like that. So yeah, go and check out Izzy Noodles.
There you go. Links in the chat, guys. Links in the chat.
Yeah, for sure. She does do art streams and craft streams. And yeah. The other person that I would like to shout out is actually a game developer and TRLE builder. So if you don't know what TRLE is, it's Tomb Raider Level Editor, which is a free editing software for building your own games, namely Tomb Raider games. Although it's literally an engine that you can download for free to build your own game on. And he is he's learned how to do this within the last year or so. He's learned how to create his own 3D objects and incorporate his own designs and textures. He was a graphic designer and artist, and his Twitch handle is Tom Reginald. And also the reason is because although you might not be interested in the actual game itself or the way that it's built, he always has a very lo-fi vibe to his streams, and he's just starting out to really build his streams upon, and he's only just sort of like getting on his feet in terms of his like personal life and things like that, and he really does deserve a lot of support and credit for everything that he's been through and all of the learning curves that he's had to deal with over the course of last year. He was actually homeless, and he was still managing to like stream while he was in hostels and stuff like that. And even though he's going through all this stress and stuff like that, he still manages to create a very relaxing vibe. So I would really recommend anybody who's, seeking secure and calming streams, especially if you have mental health problems and things like that, and you just need that space to just have something on while you focus on what you've got to do. That is another one of those streams that you can just pop on, and it's very relaxing to be there, which follows on directly to the next person who also does this as well, but in a different time zone. And that is a friend of mine, Shabab, who is Twitch handle is Tomb Raider XII, so Tomb Raider 12. And again, very relaxing, wholesome streams. He'll talk about his favorite bops, mostly Britney Spears, or his favorite Bollywood
sorted.
movies and tunes. And not only will you get like to see someone literally creating something that is so very clever, and watching them create some beautiful, aesthetically pleasing 3D environments. You also get an education about his favorite brand new Bollywood bop that's just come out, and you'll get to hear it too.
Brilliant.
And yeah, so I love watching Shabab streams. They're
Are we back? Hello. 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 Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Oh, internet died. Like, damn it. Oh.
I'm gonna tell Shabab that he broke the internet.
Oh. Literally, and then I just went. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Like,
To reset
Shabab, you're
it.
just too powerful, Shabab.
Yeah.
You need to wind your neck in.
Yeah. So, yes. So we got. What do we get to? We shouted out Tomb Raider 12. Yep.
Yeah. So we got Shabab.
Yeah.
The next one was Nondescript Midnight, who I'd like to give a shout out to.
Perfect.
Refresh this as well. There we go. Right. Yeah, so Nondescript Midnight. Predominantly Midnight is a TR player, but she's also a freelance artist. And her artwork is very how would you say, lots of dragons and fantasy kind of artwork, along with that kind of Studio Ghibli kind of style. Yeah, that's what I would describe it as. But yeah, she does commissions. She doesn't often stream art. But she if anybody is interested in seeing it, she will kind of show it, if that makes sense. So at the moment she's doing challenge runs for Tomb Raider. I know I'm such a Tomb Raider gork, I know. But aside from that, yeah, she is a very, very, very talented artist. Extremely so. And yeah, so anybody looking for commissions or anything like that, she yeah, she will do that. She's I don't know what else to say about Midnight. She recently went freelance as well. So I thought it'd just be a really nice opportunity to show her that it's going to be okay, because she's really worried about it. You know, when you just quit everything and you take that big dive. She's just done that. Yeah, I did see that.
Opened in the wrong window. Supposed to open
like,
the other window.
I don't know.
It's a different window. It's supposed to open
But yeah, she's she's very much trying to get her art up and running, and yeah, I thought it'd just be a very nice opportunity for everybody to go and see her. And I think my last final shout out was actually to a partnered streamer. So obviously the numbers are a lot larger than a lot of the other streamers that I've mentioned, but it's a family-friendly stream. It's wholesome. There's, it's basically like an organized Canadian partnered version of what I would like to create. So, and it's got like, professional lighting and stuff. But it's Andy Ray cosplay, and I wasn't aware of Andy. She actually raided me with a huge raid, and she's wonderful. So if you haven't checked out Andy Ray cosplay, please do, because yeah, she does a creation at the end of the week. So the beginning of the week she will do prep for it. She also does a bit of like tutorials and how to create things, how to make certain things, parts of costume design, and then she also does games for entertainment value for like her community and things like that. And it's very wholesome. It's very friendly. Um, and yeah, she will chat to everybody in the chat and give everybody a chance. And she is very, very much about supporting smaller communities and streams that are just starting out and getting on their feet, I suppose. And yeah, so she's a very wonderful, wonderful streamer. So please do go and check her out. And yeah, I think that is it for my shout outs.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Lots of great people.
Yeah, I thought I'd do something a little bit different.
Always
Where,
like that.
yeah, because I thought, well, if I'm gonna just say everybody that's in the chat, you already know all each other, I didn't think there would be any point. Not that there isn't any point, but you know what I mean? Like I thought, well, you're all follow, everybody knows who each other are, so it would be silly.
Yep.
So I thought I'd use some names that people probably wouldn't have heard of.
And that's what we like, just go and check out all these cool people that are, are you might not never have heard of, and that are doing amazing stuff. Because there's so many amazing streamers out there that you can only check out so many at any one time that just kind of pop up, and then you're like, oh, then there's this person, let's go check them out, because it's all word of mouth half the time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I have a very specific kind of thing that I like to watch in terms of like watching streams. I like streams where I can relax and I don't feel the need to have to chat, because a lot of the time I'm actually working, which is why everyone's like so shocked. Because they're like, I didn't know you worked. It's like, yeah, I work while you guys are streaming, and I do it all in the background, so no one actually sees what I'm doing. I'm like, mystery. But yeah, it's kind of, I suppose, I enjoy streams that have like that wholesome vibe, but also very relaxing. Not to say that I don't enjoy streams that are hype and stuff. Like occasionally I do, but I do like streams that I can just put on and occasionally come into the chat and be like, oh, babidi boo boo, and then go back to what I'm doing and not feel, I don't like streams where you get called out of a lurk and stuff like that. Like I can't stand it when you're like lurking and someone's like, yo, you, and you're like, shut up. Like covered in paint. I can't talk to you. Like, don't call me out of a lurk, man. Don't do it. Right? Just let me lurk here in peace and feel like I'm a weird stalker, all right? I like that.
Totally. Brilliant.
But yeah, that's what I like about those streams, is that you can just have them on in the background and then and come in and you haven't missed anything because it flows, so it's nice.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Triz. You've been amazing. I've loved having you on today. Learned so much. Been such a lovely chat. Oh, it's been great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you everyone for dropping in and chatting and all sorts of stuff. And
it's been a laugh. It really has been. Chat, you've been amazing as always. You guys have made asking all the fun questions, making all the fun comments.
yeah, I've had a really good time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Oh, always good. Always good. When do you stream?
So I stream Mondays and Wednesdays is my usual craft streams, which is from 3 p.m. GMT, which is 9 a.m. CST, and then Tuesdays I've actually changed my time, so I have to. My schedule is correct on my Twitch channel, but my offline screen is actually needs updating. So Tuesdays I do gaming, which is Tomb Raider. You can't handle too much audio. Yeah, sometimes it gets a bit sensory overload for me. Like I get, but yeah. So Tuesdays I do tomb raiding, which is from about 7. It can vary though. It depends. I normally do tweet when I'm going live on a Tuesday because sometimes it gets a bit late because I use the daytime to work on a Tuesday. Thursdays I've actually changed that to a music stream, and then Saturdays is now a Tomb Raider stream, and then Sundays I read a book in the evening about 8 p.m. GMT time, and we're just finishing Lord of the Rings at the moment. Yeah, so those are very, 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 very cozy streams, and a lot of people like. There's really not any chat, to be quite honest. I occasionally stop to have a little break, but most people actually fall asleep, and then I leave some healing music on at the end, and I don't raid anyone, so I don't like take us to like some raucous party after.
It's reading a lovely book, and then we're off to the metal club after. Yeah.
Exactly. Like the end. Right. Yeah. Give me heart failure.
Totally.
Just like, I'm yours. I'll burn you. Thought you were relaxing, did you?
Yeah.
Like the worst host ever.
Brilliant.
So I don't do that. I put on healing music and I leave it on for about 10 minutes after I've actually finished the reading, and then I just close the stream. So most of the time people have fallen asleep, as I say. And you'll notice because like at the beginning people will be quite chatty and they'll be like, oh yeah, this, and then about halfway through that it will cease. So people are they do drop off.
Lovely. So guys, if you're not already following Triz, and if you're not already following Triz, why are you not already following Triz? Because you should already be following Triz. Link is in the chat. Go and give her a follow. You will not regret it. For sure. All right. So that is us for tonight, guys. That is us. We are going to be going and raiding Harefoot, who is a wood turner. He is making mushroom and wand keychains tonight. So he's always a fun one to go and check out.
Nice.
So let's get the raid up. There we go. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight. You've all been wonderful. Let's go to the end screen. So we're going to head over there now, guys. Let's get the raid message up. Raid. The sub-raid. Because I've changed it on here as well. Because there we go. There we go. The Hagsman cometh. There we go. There we go.
Amazing.
There we go, guys. So thank you, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with in the workshop. Next week's guest, actually, let's go to the main for a second there. Next week's guest is going to be Squilky, guys. Squilky and the gang will be in pottery streamer. So it's going to be fun. Learn all about a pottery streamer. Something a little bit different. It's going to be interesting, definitely. So we shall. It's going to be fun. So let's head off to see Harefoot. Catch you all next time.
Amazing.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Take
you
care.
again, Triz. And I'm rating in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. And we're reading.